let's give this a shot. Alright, let us know how the sound levels are. Hopefully everything all balances out. It is party time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again. It is Monday night. We are here for some compulsive research. I have with me, of course, one of my most special guests ever. Obviously here on a rain check, but I'm really glad that we've got him for this one. We've got the one, the only, Mr. Jerry Thompson with us tonight. Jerry, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, and it wasn't a rain check. It was a bursted pipe check, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, like flood check is a thing, right?
Flood check. There you go.
So, hold on. So you guys got to let me know how we're at for levels. I'm unsure. So if the music needs to go up, or Jerry needs to go up, or I need to go down, you guys let me know. Anyways, so here we are. We have with us tonight some standard. We've got WMCQs that are coming up. Jerry, which you, of course, are now eligible to play in.
Well, apparently I was eligible the entire time, and I just didn't know. But I'm super excited, and this is the first deck I started playing with.
Of course. I mean, so this is a deck that became pretty popular, sort of like broke out just before the Pro Tour at some of the SCG events. People looking to really leverage sort of Nissa Worldwaker is the threat that the deck seemed to be missing before.
Yeah.
I mean, now we've got a couple other sweet tools which are here as well. This is the list basically that has come from initially Willie, and then you tweaked it a bit.
Yeah, I just changed a couple cards. I do think it's worth noting that this deck was actually part of my Daily Digest series. And I think that's important to note just because, like, those decks can actually go on to be, like, format-defining decks.
Yeah.
And I think it was sweet that ended up happening where a friend of mine was just killing it on Magic Online, and then, yeah, some people picked it up after M15, did pretty well at the Opens, and then it did really well at the Pro Tour.
Sweet. So a couple of the things that I've noted very interestingly about this list is a lot of people are kind of like really skimping on the forests, specifically like the colored forests. So we've got the full 4-pack each of Overgrown Tomb and Stomping Ground, which I think becomes really, really relevant when you're looking at options for Nissa, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, granted, in literally all of my games that I played with this deck, I never used the Untapped Lands ability with Nissa. But it is nice to have that option there, and I think like this mana base is completely workable, and it seems silly to not give yourself the option to do that, if you could. So
okay, we've got all the Scrylands we can possibly take here. I mean, it's interesting that the one thing that I did note is we've abandoned the Temple of Malady altogether, and instead just gone for sort of like the base red ones.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, to fill that slot, like, you have some Llanowar Wastes. The mana base could certainly use some work. Like, it was never bad for me, but when you have, like, 8 red-green duels, and, like, 6 black-red duels, there can be games where, like, you draw too many Stomping Grounds and Temple of Abandons.
Sure.
So it is just generally better to have your lands do different things, so then you're more likely to draw, like, different pairs. Or, like, not even pairs, but, like, singletons. And then, like, your mana actually works.
Okay.
Because it's like, if you take, like, a random sampling of 3 lands out of this deck, they could all be Stomping Grounds or whatever, or just red-green duels, and then that doesn't cast anything. So
right.
So maybe you want to dirty it up a little bit and get some of those abandons into Maladies and so on and so forth, but...
Okay. Obviously, we've got a lot of double green, but we've got a bunch of mana guys to kind of help run this. Corsair does a really good job, as we've seen over the months that it's been legal. Does a really good job of helping to make sure that the lands flow and that the card selection is there. Leveraging the full 8 temples is a really good job of that. The removal is like crazy good. I mean, we've got Mizzium Mortars, which is a pseudo Wrath. Ultimate Price, as our sort of go-to, can destroy a lot of the relevant creatures that you care about. And then, of course, Dreadbore, which is just a house. And Golgari Charm, which I guess with the aggro decks being a real big thing, like the -1/-1 can be relevant. But I think that the destroying an enchantment is really sort of, the bread and butter of this one, right?
Yeah, for sure. And that was the one that I was a little skeptical of, just because it seems like it could be kind of narrow, but it was always good for me. The only thing about the removal that I might want to change is have like another answer or 2 for Desecration Demon.
Okay.
Because right now we have 5, and I don't think that's nearly enough.
Yep. Yeah, not counting Vraska. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so we've got Read the Bones as well to kind of help filter a lot of it. Some lists are playing are like doubling up on Chandra. Some lists are cutting Chandra and playing Read the Bones. Like, this is, I guess, just a nice little hedge, and we kind of get to split the difference.
I wanted to split. I wanted to split just to try them both and see which one I liked better. Like, Monden's top 8 deck from the Pro Tour had 4 Read the Bones, which is just like kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Especially after the Pro Tour showed that like aggro decks were very viable, so like 4 seems like a bit much. I think Willie's deck had 2, and I just cut one of those for a Chandra, just to try it. And you know, one Read the Bones, if you draw that against basically any deck, that's usually pretty good. But if you ever have the chance to draw 2 against an aggro deck, it's just super bad. So I think 1 is fine.
Okay. Chandra, similarly, obviously she's got, you know, her pluses and her minuses. You know, she's really great in some matchups, and otherwise she's just like a speed bump at best.
Yep.
Xenagos is really like he's just puts in a lot of work. Ramps us to our huge, ridiculous spells. Makes an endless stream of guys. Very good against control and mono black both. Nissa really is sort of like the claim here, and then Vraska is just a nice little catch-all. Sometimes she's double Vindicate, and sometimes she's a Vindicate no Fog. So I mean, that's perfectly reasonable. Sideboard we're going to go to when we actually get there, if you don't mind, because we are actually in the daily, and we are on the play.
Excellent.
You would like the play.
That's where we want to be.
There was an interesting comment, but we will not play with this opening hand. This seems pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. Okay, we will mulligan. And this is the other side of that.
It is, but I think this one is actually acceptable since you have 2 Scrylands.
Agree.
And this is a very mana-hungry deck. You definitely want to be able to make all your land drops, and the threats aren't like, you know, Desecration Demon level, where it's like you play it and it dies and you got no value. A lot of the time, if you're playing a Planeswalker and then they kill it, at least, you know, something else is going on, like you got a 2/2 or you made a land a 4/4 or something.
Sure.
So I feel like you don't really need to draw too many spells to actually win the game.
Okay. So here with this hand, since we've got the untapped Forest Source, what are you looking to set up early in terms of mana colors?
I don't think it really matters what direction we take. We can go Temple of Malice into Forest, Caryatid, and then that gives us Courser Crew fixed mana. Alternatively, we could go Temple of Abandon into Forest. I guess it is probably Temple of Malice, just because if they play something we want to kill and we draw a removal spell, like I don't know what that possibly could be, but that gives us that option. So
okay.
The other option is like not scrying right away, but I feel like since our hand has no action, like we would want to find a Courser, want to find a 4-mana Planeswalker to play.
Sure. Okay, sounds good. So we'll lead on the Malice.
I think like maybe Fire Drinker Satyr, and then you draw like an ultimate price. Maybe you just want to kill it instead of playing Caryatid and taking the hit. You know, that might happen.
Do we want this Mystic? Probably not, right?
I don't think so. Yeah, we've got enough mana.
Yeah.
And we're not really trying to accelerate to anything, so.
All right, so this is probably the red white burn deck.
That's what it looks like. Could be anything though.
All right, so we're gonna get this Caryatid on the table. We do have at least something to get to.
Yep, I like that.
We can stop stopping on my opponent's turn now that this deck does not contain
Vendilion
Click.
no more modern.
Let me tell you, Jerry, that deck has been absurd for me, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah. Very, very good. I mean, Larry's done really, really well with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, some people like Larry did pretty well in the Grand Prix too, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I day 2'd and cashed.
Oh, okay.
And like for me, that's ridiculous.
Sure.
So yeah,
I know that like I didn't watch the coverage or anything, and I saw that Larry showed up in some feature matches and stuff. I didn't see your name, but it's not surprising to see that you cashed.
Yeah, that was nice. Okay, so we've got a young Pyromancer here. Obviously, this is going to get out of hand, I guess, inevitably. But I mean, is this worth blowing a Dreadbore on? We don't really have much else to do.
Yeah, I think almost certainly you want to Dreadbore this. You don't want it to get out of control, and this deck I think it is, almost 100% clear that he is playing the burn deck,
Okay.
and they don't have many targets for removal anyway, so it's not like you're going to be waiting to, kill a better creature. I'm pretty sure you still scry here. This is like one of the finer things that I haven't really figured out, where it's like we have a thing to play next turn.
Yeah.
We don't know if we need like a removal spell or like maybe a Golgari charm for some enchantment or whatever. It's like what are we digging for?
Well,
Do we know?
I mean, we don't really have anything. I mean, we could easily just play the Tomb here, pass, and then Vraska, and then it gives us, the Temple turn to find something. Like our mana is decidedly turned up next turn, right?
It is. The only issue is like you play Vraska, then you untap, and if you have drawn like a string of lands, then you play Temple and Scry. Maybe this turn, like you want to find some sort of follow up, just any Planeswalker, and you scry anything else to the bottom.
Sure. Okay, we can do that. And we don't want that.
No, not really.
So, sounds good. Yeah, Evil Beard. I still remember that. He's like, "Oh, I'm at the open. This is great. We drew the temple anyway." So good. So we're just gonna kill this card here.
Yeah, I mean it seems bad because they're just gonna bring it back, but at the same time, it's like you need to be doing something.
Sure.
And Vraska doesn't have many targets against this deck anyway.
Okay. So we'll preserve our life total as much as possible.
Yeah.
Just play the mountain. And kill that ship off.
We really need a Rakdos' return.
That'd be delicious.
That would be a fantastic card to draw.
Battlefield Forge. I love how on Moto, even for the M15 cards, they've got the little hologram in the picture. Of
Yeah, I know, it's weird to prevent all the counterfeits.
The electronic counterfeiting, yeah. All right, so we got an interesting one here. We obviously are going to plus Vraska because there's nothing else that we're going to do with her, so we might as well get that out of the way. We've got a Xenagos here, which we can just run out, and then we've got, I guess, Temple, which we can use at this point to try to get ourselves some more action.
Yep, anything, really. Xenagos is a good draw, though, because, over time, you might outpace that young Pyromancer.
That can sit right on top of the deck.
Yeah,
exactly
I like that one.
I want it. So we will just jam this guy out, make ourselves a Satyr, and you want to swing with that Satyr? I mean, if he wants to trade with the Pyromancer, that seems really good for us, right?
I don't think so. It feels like he's going to use a burn spell end of turn to get back his Phoenix and then get a token.
Sure.
So I think I would rather just keep it back, although you do have to put pressure on him at some point. So I'm not sure. I mean...
Okay, so we do have a Golgari Charm coming off next, right? So, I mean, if he wants to go deep on the young Pyromancer, then we have the option to, like, get a multiples for one.
Yeah. I'm just worried about if you attack... he like lightning strikes you or something, gets a token, attacks both on Xenagos.
Sure.
Or like plays Chandra's Phoenix and then like attacks everything on Xenagos, then your Xenagos dies if you don't keep the Satyr back.
Sure. That makes sense.
And I don't really want that to happen. And I feel like you miss out on 2 points here, but if Xenagos stays around, then that is going to translate into more damage in the next few turns.
Okay. Alright, so we got a Skullcrack. So that's probably going to... If it takes out one of our Planeswalkers, he doesn't get...
Yeah, he doesn't get the Phoenix back.
Right. Okay. So I guess he's trying to decide which one of these he wants to take out, if any.
Yeah, or there's just like a bunch of things he has to click through, and he's making sure that he doesn't click on the wrong one.
All right, so Xenagos went down in the Blaze of Glory.
Okay, so no Phoenix back, but, I would be very shocked if he didn't have more burn.
Sure. It's 4 cards in his hand. Boros Charm, sure. 4 damage to target player.
Might actually kill Vraska.
No,
okay.
he did it right to us there.
Yeah, I thought he might be scared that like you're gonna kill his Pyromancer, but I think it's right for him to not really be concerned about that and just be trying to attack you.
Yeah, okay, so we go down to 12. And we draw that Golgari Charm. Now, is it worth us here, like, Vrasking the Chandra? I mean, he's down to 2 cards, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't think Vraska does much here. It is very much just like delaying his Phoenix hitting you. So I'm fine with you killing the Phoenix. You could make some ballsy attack with this Satyr to, you know, try and kill his element, or to get in 2 damage before you kill all his elementals and his Pyromancer. But I think he might block. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth it or not, because if he like double blocks, then you have to charm, and then if he like burns you, gets back Phoenix. That's an extra point of damage you're taking to try and deal 2 damage.
Yeah. I agree with sitting on it for now, I think.
Okay.
And then we'll... I mean, you want to play this Tomb? I mean, we might as well Ramana Hungry eventually, right? Like, the Rakdos return is going to be good.
Yeah, return plus Nissa.
Sure.
This is a big one. Like, you might want to play Nissa, make a 4/4, and keep Omen Caryatid.
Yeah. Alright. We're on the heel against the burn deck.
No big deal.
No big deal.
I have, like, 2 Nylea's Disciples in the sideboard, you know.
It's really nice. Boros Charm us. Sweet. God, Boros Charm, what a card.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage for not very much mana. What's going on now?
He's
still main phase. I thought he was going to combat. I was like, what's he doing?
Alright. So send him in. Just the 1, eh? And we just blow him out anyway here, right?
Yeah. I think it's worth it to not take that point of damage.
Yeah.
It's not like Charm's getting any better, you know?
Correct. Ooh, that Elvish
There it
Mystic.
is. There it is.
Boom. Well, we'll cast this and get in for the 2.
Yep, that sounds good. The race is on.
Well, in the long run, those 2 extra points of damage probably aren't going to matter a lick.
I don't know, this matchup seems pretty bad. Should I be playing Burn in the WMCQ?
I mean, maybe. It worked for, it worked real well for Sperling.
Yeah. I saw AJ play Burn in one of the invitationals, and his opponent put an Unflinching Courage on an Advent of the Worm. And it was like, yeah, okay.
Nice.
Never
So
played
he had 2 burn spells in his hand. Another Skullcrack and a Magma Jet. So
how lucky that he had burn spells.
You think?
Oh, man.
Alright, so in the sideboard, we've got all sorts of fun cards. We've got 4 Anger of the Gods. We've got 2 Nylea's Disciples. Some Slaughter Games. So these Thoughtseizes are pretty good against control, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Scavenging Ooze seems very good against all the graveyard strategies. Also the life gain, and pretty good against Phoenix, I would imagine.
Yep.
So we're going to want those. Nylea's Disciples are basically for this matchup.
Correct.
Slaughter Games are ideally positioned against Rev decks. This is super good against the mid-range decks. Do you find that he's pretty good against control as well?
Control, yes. I was alternating between bringing him in against like Black Devotion decks, and I think it's just wrong to do that.
Okay.
So yeah, mostly control and
Now,
mirror matches.
Do we want her here? Like, she kills a lot of stuff, but otherwise doesn't do much.
I think you do want her, both because she like kills Pyromancer, has a bunch of loyalty, and your deck has a lot of air. You know,
Sure.
like you have like 30-some mana sources. So
Okay, so are we gonna? So what are we getting rid of? We're getting rid of Vraska for sure. Do we want these
Vraska's-
Angers, or are they primarily blue?
Vraska seemed not great. I'm not a huge fan of Anger. I think that would require some weirdo sideboard plan where you take out all the Mystics. and I don't know.
Okay.
Like, Phoenix is a problem, but now you have some oozes, so maybe it's not that big of a problem.
Okay.
I think the plan is to kind of just, like, race it with Xenagos and Nissa, or return their hand, you know, that type of stuff.
Okay. So what 3 cards do we want to get rid of here? Read the Bones, I think, is a pretty clear and easy cut.
Yeah, that one's fine. It's probably some removal just because they don't have a lot of creatures. I would also consider maybe bringing in the Reclamation Sage, because he could have Eidolon to
Sure.
go with Chained to the Rocks already.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's like a hard add or anything, but
So I can cut these Dreadbores, which are going to be slow and narrow, right?
yeah,
And so this leaves us with Price, Mortars.
Golgari Charm
Yeah.
and Chandra. So not a ton of removal.
So we good? Would you bring
I think
those?
this is okay.
Would you bring those
This-
Thoughtseizes in or no?
No, absolutely not.
All right. Well, then
If they were duresses, then I would.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so we'll take the play again. This time, oh, so frustrating. So this is where that Mutavault costs us. Right?
No, because that's the 25th land.
Oh.
You only had 24.
Okay.
That would be a Nissa.
That'd be even worse. So what do you think of this hand? Like, this is obviously a very good card for them, against them. Like, the carried it's sort of what we want to be.
I think we need a green source and we're in business, and it just depends on like how well you feel you're set up mulliganing when the deck is kind of clunky. We're on the play, and yeah, how many green sources are there?
17.
17. So I mean that's a lot, but we are on the play, and I don't want to really risk everything on a scry land,
Sure.
even though we have a removal spell. So I would want a mulligan.
Okay.
I could see doing it either way though. So this is reasonable.
Okay. Of course, it's a pretty good card for us here.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to lead on Stomping Ground because we have Mortars and Courser.
Yep, that sounds good.
Yep. There's the Scryland. This one.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yep.
I like it.
He seems pretty good. Top.
Little unfortunate that all of our lands ETB tapped from here on out unless we want to pay life.
Well, I mean, next turn we're going to drop Courser, right? Unless he plays a threat that we want to get rid of with Mortars.
Yeah.
Like that one.
Yep, okay, I guess we're mortaring.
Or so is it worth
that.
Mortarsing that, or is it worth taking 2, casting Courser, and then going for the Overload eventually? Or are we,
No,
are we dead by that?
yeah, I think you just kill it right now, and then you can play Courser next turn if you want to, or take 2 and play Xenagos.
Okay.
I think you're just taking much fewer damage
Okay.
by killing this now.
Well, hey. So what do you want here? Do you want to just jam the Courser out? Do we like carried it instead?
I think it's definitely Courser over Caryatid. I mean, the other option is playing Xenagos, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure I like that
But-
with him into open mana either, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is just going to bite it to a burn spell, and then maybe Courser can like draw out some skull cracks.
Sure. Well, we get a land.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's take care of some of this.
Why is that window so huge when it pops up?
It always is.
Gets me every time.
All right. Just gonna Boros Charmus in response to the life gain. Got it. All right, go ahead. I mean, I feel like having Courser is going to be like a huge boon for us in this matchup.
Yeah, and we didn't have to take 2 to play it also.
Yeah.
So he Boros charmed us. We're still at a pretty healthy life total.
War Leader's
Oh
Helix.
man!
Sad Panda.
All right,
He's
now
down to 4 cards, so what do you want to do here?
yeah, I think it's just Xenagos and Jam.
I can
Make
jam.
a dude.
We can jam this. And I will not forget to play a land after this.
That's
I'll
good.
be looking for the Overgrown Tomb tapped so as not to clearly communicate the triple red. No. Thanks, Dylan. There goes the Xenagod.
Yeah.
Alright, it's fine. He must be a little thin on stuff.
Yeah, kind of seems like it, but we were like kind of weathering him pretty well, where he Boros charmed us, but like didn't get really full value because we gained a life, and then he had to War Leader's Helix the dude. So yeah, I mean, ooh, that's a good one. We're kind of wearing him down at this point.
Okay. So I'm going to try it again for 2. We're going to cast Carried It here. And then, is it worth keeping the Blood Crypt in hand, or should we play it out because we know we're going to run Nissa next turn?
You're going to play Nissa, but I don't think you need the mana unless you also want to go Gari Charm, and we didn't really consider Courser last game.
Sure.
But someone in the chat brought that up. We're like, maybe gaining the 1 life is relevant, so I think it's fine to just hold it.
I don't think it was just somebody.
I mean, you played Temple anyway.
Oh, did I this turn? Oh yeah, we did. All right, good.
Yeah, we just saw the Nissa with the Temple. So.
Right.
Whether or not we play it next turn, we'll see.
Okay. Magma Jet. Top bottom.
Sure. I like the Sperling cut Magma Jet from his list.
Seems like it's like, I mean, Scry 2 is powerful, but I mean the return seems pretty thin when there's so many other options.
Agreed.
All right. So what do you like here? We're just gonna jam Nissa, make a 4/4, and smash his face.
Yeah, of course.
Now, what do you want to turn? Which land do you want to turn into a 4/4? Does it matter? Like, is it Temple of Abandon?
I think it's a non-forest land.
Yep.
For whatever that matters. And it's probably an Overgrown Tomb because you still have 2 black, and then you have triple red for mortars. Yeah, I mean, do you want to keep triple red? Do you want to play Blood Crypt?
Well, I mean, we have Blood Crypt if we need it. Like, we can just play triple. So I think I'm gonna I think it's either.
Well, it's just like whether or not you want to, if you're holding Blood Crypt and you might want a mortars if he plays a Pyromancer or something. Do you want to have to take 2 life off this?
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, there are arguments for either one. I really don't think it matters that much.
Okay.
Just pick one that you like.
Well, we're gonna go with the Tomb, Jerry.
All right.
Since
and then we're holding Blood Crypt.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one. And then we will jam. God, they get trampled too? Good lord.
Yeah, why not?
So good. She's so good.
And now she's dead.
Now she's dead. But we got value.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. Like,
he didn't even kill her. He just went to our head. Does that mean we're dead?
Oh, I don't know. It might. Hopefully not.
Bottom. I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a little suspect.
We're at 9. Disciple, please. Oh, Llanowar wastes.
Well, I don't know. I guess I can play this Blood Crypt tapped, animate the temple, and get in, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
This one.
Is he a favorite to kill us? Because I think he is.
Well, let's see. He's at 4. Got a Rakdos return. It would have been super gross there.
Oh, I know.
Stoke the Flames for 4. We're at 5.
Well, doesn't take much to kill us from here.
Does not. strike.
Hmm.
It's all suspect.
I don't like it, Scotty.
Me neither, man. It's pretty gross.
Can we get like a redirect or something?
No. No luck. No luck. We lose.
Boo.
Boo, boo. Well, I guess that's what Burn does, huh? What's our next one? Sweet. Alright.
Could have played Chandra into Rakdos' return. Probably didn't have enough.
Probably didn't have enough. He was dead on board anyway. Alright, so that puts us out since we're dead round 1, right? It's frustrating.
No, not in a daily, right?
Oh, yeah. Play it out. Gotta love dailies.
Yeah.
Alright. Such value. Such value. Alright, so, so we talked about the sideboard. Obviously, Nalia's Disciple is a huge card in that matchup. Like, that would have gained us instantly, like, 5 or 7 life here, right?
True, but who knows how long he was holding on to that Skull Crack.
True.
Like, that could have been the one thing that he was holding on to.
Okay, makes perfect sense. So, so we had a good question, actually. So how bad did your Twitter explode this weekend?
It was a lot. Yeah. That's never a bad thing, though. Keeps me interested. I was in Portland for the Grand Prix, just hanging out, and that was super awesome. And like I had gotten wind that like I knew Jared was in top 8 the night before, but then I like slept in on Sunday, and I had gotten wind after he had like won and was 6-0. Like I didn't know any of that was happening, and then I started sweating it. So we went to meet some friends at this restaurant, and my friend is just like super high on technology in general, so he always has an iPad with him, and so he just like set it up on the table so we could all watch it, and it was fun. Love a good sweat.
Still, you gotta hold on to that record, man. I mean, so
oh man,
when are you back?
Yeah, it's the best case scenario because no one ever gets it, but I always have the sweat.
So does like this drive you to, you know, like, so when are you actually able to play it? Are you even doing the Star City events? Like, are you going to the Invitational? Can you play in that?
I played in the last Invitational.
Yeah, so this one that's coming up, right?
Okay, so a pre-release happens, right?
Yeah.
And then I can't play for 32 days.
32.
And then I can play for 2 months until the next pre-release. And so it's just like this 1 month-ish window after a set release where I can't play because it would be an unfair advantage. And the theory behind it, which I think is pretty solid, is that like a month gives people time to catch up to the point where, you know, I don't really have an advantage anymore. And then they let me play for the next 2 months because, in theory, we're on an equal playing field.
Sure, that makes sense.
So then, you know, no one is upset if I do well or whatever. You know, you can't really argue that I have an unfair advantage and stuff like that. So, you know, it's kind of arbitrary, like the time. Like I could certainly see like having to sit out playing Sanctioned Magic completely, and that would be fine. But I mean, I'm certainly very appreciative that I get to play, and so. Basically, what ends up happening is all the Pro Tours are in that 1 month period where I can't play, but all the Invitationals are like towards the end of that. It's like right before a set comes out, so I generally get to play in the Invitationals.
Nice.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. I was at the last one and did pretty poorly, but I'm excited for this one, and it should be sweet.
So you opted for some green-black devotion the last time,
I did.
right?
I did. I crushed, just annihilated the 2 Black Devotion decks I played against.
Yeah.
Which was the plan, you know. But I lost to some stuff that were good matchups. But I learned a lot. I thought I played the deck enough to understand what I needed to be doing in each matchup. But there was some stuff that I did incorrectly as far as like sideboarding, both like the cards I sided in and the cards I sided out. And usually it was pretty fine, but it was like I would end up a little too threat light. And then, you know, would like flood out and they'd peel like some Stormbreath Dragons, whatever, even though I had like a commanding lead.
Yeah.
But then I would draw like a Nylea's Disciple against like monsters, for example. Maybe that should have even been in my deck. So, you know, learned some lessons, got punished, which is great. You know, I just want to be learning, and that certainly taught me a bunch. So the deck was cool, but I'm off it basically.
Okay.
I think it's still a good deck, but yeah, just trying other stuff.
Okay. So we had a lot of really sweet reprints that came through in M15. One of them, of course, being Court of Calling, and it seems like everyone was really excited to see it back. But it wasn't really until the list that you posted, I guess, on your select side, your daily deck digest.
The one today?
The one today, yeah. That it really kind of like started to stand out as going, the toolbox is present, finally.
Yeah. Yeah, that list was absolutely crazy, and that was like Saturday night when I was in Portland when I saw that, and I was just like, guys, get over here, you have to look at this. And then it was like I was already staring at it for like 30 seconds trying to like parse what was going on.
Sure.
And then it was awesome watching all the people in the room going through the same process. They were just like, oh, okay, there's this, and then like, what the hell is that doing in there?
Yeah.
And okay, I'm confused. So yeah, that deck is awesome. I can't wait to play with that.
Nice. Yeah, it's things are going well in Toronto. We have like a pile of stuff. So this is the list that Jerry kind of took a look at Willie's list, went up or down some cards. This is definitely a bad matchup. Burns like a bad matchup for us, I think, in general.
Yeah, we're about a turn too slow both games, and I think our draws were like, I don't know, reasonable enough.
Yeah,
you know,
they were
like
fine.
they certainly could have been better, but
agree. The win condition is totally Xenagos and Nissa, and like beat down with like Coursers and of course Rakdos Return.
Yeah, got some fireballs in there too.
Big old fireballs. Yeah, we got a lot of action post-board. I like a lot of these cards, and it's interesting to see now. Like Slaughter Games, when it was first spoiled, I remember because it was spoiled actually on Mana Deprived. And it was one of KYT's. And it's funny because everyone was like, oh, these effects are terrible. You know, they're so narrow and they don't ever really defeat the decks. And then, of course, you know, Sphinx's Revelation took over the format.
Yeah.
And
so
even still, I was just gonna say, like, even still, like, for the longest time, people were just so adverse to playing this card. But it just feels like, with the way that Blue-White is positioned now, like, you look at, you know, Flock's deck as an example from the Pro Tour, and I mean, if you Slaughter Games him for Sphinx's Rev, like, the deck literally does nothing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think a lot of the reason that people aren't playing Slaughter Games now is because of, like, an adverse reaction to playing it in the last format, where the Rev decks were the Flash decks, and they had like Boros Reckoners and Restoration Angels. So like you could Slaughter Games them for Revelation, they could still easily beat you.
Okay.
But now, so then people are like, oh, okay, you know, like Slaughter Games, the Revelation is like nice, and it makes it so they don't have that angle, but is that worth a card? And the answer generally was no. But now I think that's a little bit different, especially in a deck like this, where you have things like Dreadbore that can kill Elspeth. So, I mean, I can definitely see games where you Slaughter Games the Revelations and they're playing like the 4Jace 3 Elspeth list and you still lose. Mm-hmm. But yeah, something like Flock's deck, like it just doesn't do anything. Like he doesn't even have Elspeth main.
Yeah. Okay, so that's cool. That made me that was one of the nice cards that I could see out in the sideboard. So this is just like Anger of the Gods is literally a concession of mono blue, right?
It's not even that good against mono blue. It's mostly there for like green white and the Rabble red decks.
Sure.
Which are, I think, pretty bad matchups. Green white might be kind of close. I beat it when I played against it, but it still felt pretty bad. Like I needed him to flood a little bit, and Anger is not the perfect answer to that problem because you know they have smiters and advents and stuff.
Yeah,
so I don't know. Yeah, 4 might be a little too much. 4 is just kind of like the knee-jerk reaction to Rabble Master. And Anger is just always going to be good against that deck. But Mono Blue can play around it and sideboard around it pretty well.
Okay. Abrupt Decay is a card that traditionally has been played, obviously, in this color combination that is notably absent.
Yeah, Willie had Golgari Charms. I didn't disagree with him, and I wanted to try them. So, Decay is certainly a card you could play. It kills most things that you want to kill, including stuff like Detention Sphere, but... it doesn't kill Desecration Demon, which I do think is a big one. It doesn't kill any Planeswalkers, so I think if you're playing a card that kills Detention Sphere and is good against aggro, then Charm is probably better.
Yep. Okay, makes perfect sense. And this spicy little Reclamation Sage is just sort of a...
I wanted another Disenchant against Control decks. I don't feel like everyone is going to be playing Phlox planar cleansings. I feel like most people are going to be on the 4 or 5 like Detention Sphere Banishing Light stuff.
Okay.
And I want another thing for that. It's also reasonable in Courser mirrors, although I'm not sure if I would just bring it in the actual mirror match. But there are a lot of decks like Burn, they'll like side in Eidolons against you, and like Chain to the Rocks your Courser and stuff like that, where maybe you want a Reclamation Sage.
Okay, makes sense. And this is just the biggest bad boy of them all.
Yep, Mirror Breaker.
Holy Mother Mary and Joseph. Yep, he's when they spoiled him, they did it again. Like they're gonna go the four abilities this time. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a very Karn-esque Planeswalker.
How did you? Okay, so tell me about when this first hit your hands in the file. Because you were around for this, right?
I was. So when I first got there were about 2 weeks left in M15, or like 2 weeks where like we could make changes to things.
Okay.
So I don't know. I was like, well, that card's sweet. But like that happened a lot. Because I was seeing so many new cards all at once. It was pretty crazy.
Nice. So in the Future League testing for this time, was there a deck sort of that you were gravitating towards around this period that maybe we have or have not seen today in Standard?
I did not play FFL during this time.
Okay.
By the time I got there, M15 was almost done completely, and Cons was in FFL.
Oh, okay.
So I have never FFL'd in this format.
Okay, that's fair. So there you go. So another reason why Jerry doesn't have an unfair advantage. You never FFL'd in this. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I know you can't...
But I have played with these cards before. Like I've cast Nissa.
Yeah.
I might have an unfair advantage as to like, what cards I might want in decks, like these or whatever. So, even if I haven't played this actual format, I've still played with these cards, and I think that's unfair.
Okay. So I know that you have, you can't talk about cons, and I know that, and that's fine. And that said, though,
it's awesome.
Is it? And that's all I wanted to ask.
You're wondering.
Yeah. It seems very clearly like we're kind of being like we're being built up that this is going to be a really, really good set. We've got a big block that we're coming out of, like that's leaving us, right? I mean, Ravnica, the Return to Ravnica block brought us a pile of amazing cards that are all seeing like some unbelievable play. You look at this deck even, like Price, Mortars, Dreadbore, Return, Charms, like almost like the bulk of this deck goes away.
Shocklands.
I mean, like Shocklands, jeez. So, I mean, I'm interested to see sort of what comes back. That's the whole wedge thing is going to be really exciting for the casual crowd. That's really nice. And
have you memorized the names of the wedges yet?
The only ones that I have memorized are Asban and Jeskai, because those are those are my jams.
See, it's Abzan. So
Abzan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What was your reaction to Morph coming back?
I don't know. It was kind of hard to think of in a positive light, I guess, just because like Odyssey was when I was first starting to play really competitively. That's when I first got Magic Online and was playing a bunch. Yeah. And then Onslaught came out, and Morph was just kind of frustrating because they had like Skirk Commando and Battering Craghorn, and it's just like, I just remember like never winning with like what decision I made, you know? So that was kind of frustrating. But then like, Time Spiral was good. I like Time Spiral a lot, and I really enjoy it in this too. And I think I'm okay to say this, but like Morph in a 3-color world is pretty sweet.
Yeah, I can imagine. That's awesome. Okay.
So it was cool. I was a little skeptical, but I think it works really well with the set, and they did a very, very good job with it.
Good. So I don't know if you have any answer to this or if you know anything about this, but May 30th and June 1st? You heard about the 3 GPs on that day, right? Worldwide?
No, I haven't really looked at the schedule yet, because there's not really a lot of point to me playing in Grand Prix because I can't use the invite. So what's the deal?
Yeah. Well, there's 3 Grand Prix scheduled in 3 different places across the entire world on the same day.
Okay.
And they all have formats to be determined.
Okay. Interesting.
Speculation states that with the moving up of the sets release, right? Because like cons and second set and third set are bumped up the month, right? So they release a month earlier than normal.
I didn't have anything to do with any of that stuff.
Right. No, I understand. So what we're talking...
I worked on the cards, so I don't know.
So what we're talking about is Modern Masters 2? Seems to be what everyone's thinking is coming out.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right. We'll let you off the hook for that one. But we're pretty excited. We will just do this.
Well, you should be excited because Magic is awesome.
Magic is awesome.
Magic has a bunch of sweet stuff, like cons.
All right. There we go. Our music, of course, is brought to you by Spruik. Such an unbelievable guy that sponsors our stream with his original music. So big shout out to Spruik. Gotta love it. We, of course, also have to thank the wonderful people at mtgotraders.com. They hook me up each and every week with our decks that we want to pilot, so make sure that you show them some love. You can use our promo code LEGITMTGPayPal. You get 8% off all of your singles. So tell them Scotty sent you, and tell them that you love to see Jerry and you want him back. Nice.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We have to win this daily event first, or win the last 3 rounds.
It would be nice. It would be nice. It's interesting because I haven't really heard people. I've heard a lot of people complaining about the long round times, and it's not really until now that I really understand it.
Well, you played against Burn, and we lost pretty quickly, so
exactly.
I guess that's part of it. But yeah.
So I think that goes back after this downtime, so that's pretty exciting. I have one playmat that was purchased that I've sent out, and that's just one. Otherwise, a bunch of people bought them from me on site, which is awesome. We have playmats, Jerry. Playmats for the stream.
That's awesome.
It is. They look unbelievable, actually. So I was very pleased with them. They turned out super well. The good folks over at Inked Playmats. So.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's take a look what we've got here. So we don't know how much time we actually do have left, do we? Yeah, I know that. Oh, I think we... where's my chat for this? Oh, so good. So good, Moto. Anyways, it's fine. Standard. This one.
Do we know... Well, I guess it started 45 minutes ago, so we don't have that much time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Phil, you did it wrong. You just did it wrong. That's all there is.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't played Hearthstone either. I got a code, but I didn't play it.
I asked for a code, no one could get me one.
What?
And then I was like, I'm over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. All right.
Is there anything you like in this deck that you might want to change? Just like from looking at it.
Well, I mean, so Nissa, I watched Brad and Todd play with it this week, and I watched Dizzy stream with it, and I've watched it kind of mature since the SUG. I mean, like you read everything, I try to watch everything, right?
Sure.
And like I said, the couple of things that I did like was I liked the mana base. I think the whole maxing out on those shocks is really good. And like I said, the only thing I feel like I'm missing is ways to be interacting with Mutavault. But I mean, like our deck basically is Caryatids and Coursers, which blank Mutavaults anyway.
In theory. Assuming they're not killing your stuff.
Correct. But that said, I do certainly appreciate the requirement for another way to kill Demon.
Yeah. But I think most things that kill Demon would probably kill Mutavault if you're talking about like another Putrefy. I guess like Ultimate Price is the outlier there, or Dreadbore. But yeah, I mean, I would definitely want to find something that kills the stuff that you're currently soft to.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I'm wondering if the answer is like, so maybe the Ultimate Price becomes a Putrefy. That could be a thing. It may also just be like I don't know how good Chandra is. Yeah, the deck is pretty soft to Obsidian. That's true. But I mean, like, I don't know how good the block or how good the black-white deck is against us actually. Like, I feel like we have a pile more threats than they have answers for the most part.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not sure they're really interested in playing that game. I think they are very much interested in playing the like stick a threat, disrupt you a little bit, and beat you down plan. So, I don't know. I don't know who's the control in that matchup.
Yeah.
Lowry, it feels like they can't really be, so they have to be the beatdown because they don't have answers to like 10 planeswalkers.
True.
You know?
True. Somebody asked about the 25 lands. I think that the 25th land is good, especially with like all of the high ends, right? Like you really need to be hitting what we need to hit.
Yeah, I think Mutavault is good against other Mutavaults, and it's also good against mirror matches where they have a bunch of planeswalkers, and just like not having access to it. It feels like kind of weak to me to just have like all these lands that basically have no utility outside of like some scry lands.
True.
But yeah, the mana base is not good enough, I don't think, with 24 lands to support Mutavault, so I added the 25th.
Yeah, I think that if I were to look at like Ultimate Price and Read the Bones, I mean, if those were the areas that I wanted to kind of shave, and if it's like Ultimate Price, Read the Bones, and maybe the second Vraska, like I'm not sure. But I mean, if those are the slots that you want to look at entertaining, I would entertain another Putrefy. I might entertain an Abrupt Decay, only because it's so good against green-white. Like,
Sure.
You know, you're able to get rid of the Smiters, you're able to get rid of the Advent tokens.
Or Johnny.
Yeah, who is, like, out of nowhere a nightmare.
Yep.
So, I mean, like...
One thing I want to say is that I am not a Vraska fan whatsoever, but I like Vraska in this deck. So in a deck where you have like 10 removal spells, I think it is pretty reasonable to have like the 10th or, you know, maybe even the 9th removal spell be a little bit bigger, like just higher casting cost, has a higher impact than all the other stuff. Because if you chain removal spells, if you go like Doomblade, 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 that's okay. But if you go like, you know, Doomblade, Doomblade, Vraska, like that's much better because, you know, you just end up with this thing in play. And it is very much what this deck wants to be doing. So I have been very, very happy with 2 Vraskas. But, you know, some people are just like, screw it, playing like all Nissa Xenagos Chandras and just being like, having like beat down planeswalkers, and I'm fine with that too.
Sure.
But I think you should definitely have a plan for what you're trying to do.
Yeah. And I mean, it's interesting too because if you max out on like Xenagoses and Nissas, like, and if that's your primary condition, you end up also getting like a little bit soft to, you know, some of the other style of answers. Like you're looking at, I mean, we have been seeing Pithing Needles now starting to like hit sideboards, mostly based on this deck. I think.
Rightfully so. Yeah. Well, I think, you know, some people like were like, oh, I'll play one, you know, whatever. But now that this deck is a thing, it's like, oh, maybe I'm definitely having one, and maybe I should have a second.
Yeah. Yeah. You could, and you know what? This is like. So if you compare this to sort of like a Jund Monsters deck, right? I feel like they both have similar ways to interact with your opponent. Like a lot of the spells are the same. It's got the same sort of ramp component. But what you've got here, I think, is a better mono black and controlled game one, right? Like I see how Monsters can be very good against green white because everything you play, like, practically outclasses everything that they're looking to do.
Yeah.
But like in this deck, you know your planeswalkers do a better job of handling control and all those because you're taxing their special removal effects that they need to use to remove these guys, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So Jerry, what's new and exciting for you, man? You've been playing a pile of stuff, obviously, leading into WMCQs. Like, what are your takes on the decks from the Pro Tour?
So I haven't gotten to play a bunch because I just found out I could play in the WMCQs on Thursday night, and then I was
And you're
leaving
in Portland.
Saturday morning.
Okay.
No, I was at home, but like so I had one day to mess around. I got to play a little bit with this deck. This was the first deck I wanted to play with, and I basically decided that this deck is almost certainly not for me. And I think I might be able to find something better, or something with like a slightly smaller mana curve, something that's a little smoother. So I'm going to be looking at black decks, but I think this deck is a fine backup option if I can't find anything else. So this is the one that I kind of crossed off my list, and Brad's been doing work for me, which is nice. But him and I don't always see eye to eye, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, he generally plays different decks than me. So right now he is working on black white. So maybe that'll work out. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But his deck's a little weird.
So there were two black-white decks that obviously came out of the Pro Tour. One of them did very well, and that was the traditional sort of black-white devotion deck.
Yep.
And then there was also a black-white aggro deck that came out of the Zvi Moshowitz camp.
Right.
And that one, I guess, is... I mean, it's really tough to explain. Like, it plays like Precinct Captains and Pack Rats and basically like all these cards that in Brimazes, so all these cards that make more cards.
Yeah, I actually talked to Sam a little bit Sunday night.
Okay.
Because I showed him Brad's list, and then I was just like, what do you think about this just in general? And the first thing he did was obviously compare it to his deck from the Pro Tour, which was like the Soldier of the Pantheon Pack Rat deck.
Sure.
And then we just kind of discussed that a little bit, but Brad is building his deck in such a way that he like crushes everyone in the late game, especially the mirror matches. So he basically needs to get out of turn 4 alive, whereas Sam's deck is like it really wants to take initiative early, and then it has a lot of ways to keep that going into the mid game. So they are very different decks, and depending on what you are trying to do, you can pick one or the other.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I know Brad has been teasing everybody, saying that he's, you'll have to see it.
He's 1,000,000.
Yeah. And you'll see it all this week. And I know he's actually in this daily.
Oh, okay.
So that could be also exciting.
That's funny. Yeah, that guy. When he wants to play Magic, he doesn't do it half-assed. He plays a lot of Magic.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And he's been doing very well. I mean, I'm glad to see him sort of like back on the tour and doing his thing. I mean, he's been working. So there is a chance we could play him.
We're in the same bracket.
That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious. And we can troll him when we play him. It'll be so much fun.
So good.
You should ask him why he's not playing Ephemeral Shields if we play.
Okay.
Because that was a card that Sam had in his deck.
Okay. I can do that.
And Brad did not like it.
He didn't like being trolled, or he didn't like the answer?
He didn't like Ephemeral Shields in general. He was just like, it just doesn't make any sense. It's so frustrating. Why would they play with this card?
All right. That's fair.
So.
That's fair. So, no plans for a wedding yet? No children?
No, not quite yet. No, see, check this out.
Okay.
You guys see this thing?
Is that your fur baby?
This is my fur baby.
Yeah.
He is enormous.
And what is your fur baby's name?
Its name is Linus.
Linus?
As in Benjamin Linus.
Nice. Very nicely done, sir. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
He's a fatty. He's 13 pounds.
Whoa! Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't kidding.
Wow. Yeah, 13 pounds is a lot. That's like... Wow. That's like half the size of my dog. That's amazing.
Well, I have a dog that's like 6 pounds.
Oh, okay.
So.
Cats are better than children. I mean, like some children and some cats. I have 2 cats, and one of them is cute and old and adorable, and the other one is batshit crazy and loud as fuck.
Yep.
So, yeah. That's real awesome. When he's running around and you can hear him screaming like he's dying, it's hilarious.
You're just like, what is going on?
Yeah. Can we support Hero's Downfall if we swap the mountain for a swamp?
I mean, I'm not sure that's like a clean enough change to make that happen, but you could certainly play like all dual lands if you wanted to. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, do we we have Dreadbore. Dreadbore's good. We could potentially play Downfall instead of Putrefy, but like, how many more of the just destroy target planeswalker effects do you need? I mean, like, obviously you'd want to have more if possible, but you also have to have.
It's also an instant speed answer to
passable.
like all the cards that we are bitching about too, right?
Yes, yeah, but I was about to compare it to Putrefy.
Fair enough.
And Putrefy kills Pithing Needle if that's a thing, but
yeah,
I don't know. It's like you have to weigh the pros and cons. And deck building, especially decks like these, where you're like, okay, I'm going to play 10 removal spells. What are they? And then you have to rationalize why you're playing each one, and you have to make sacrifices like both for your mana base and your mana curve and everything. It's like, okay, well, we could just play like all Putrefies and Downfalls and just kill everything all the time, but that's not really realistic, right?
Yeah. So Jerry, I want you to think about this question, and we're gonna get to this after this round, but I'm really curious to see like how being at Wizards influenced your deck building choices, because you have always been a fantastic deck tuner and like the best in the business as it goes. So I'm very interested to hear sort of how that experience changed you and whether it was for the better or worse. So think about that, because
spoiler, it changed me for limited way more than constructed.
Okay.
But I'll get into it for sure.
I like it.
So not Brad. We don't get to play against
We
Brad.
don't get to
Come
play
on.
against Brad. So that means we probably have to win.
This is so unfortunate.
Yeah. We were looking at Abrupt Decays as an option. Golgari Charms do a lot of the same sort of thing and provide a little bit more versatility. And like Jerry was just saying, like you got to basically make the decision on how many removal spells you want to play.
You could justify playing literally any removal spell in this deck.
Yeah.
And if you feel like, hey, you need to kill like Smiters and Ajani's and stuff like that, way more than you need to kill like Young Pyromancer and just like a bunch of like Rabble Masters and Foundry Street Denizens, by all means, play Decay.
Yeah.
Do not take whatever list, me or Scotty are playing as, complete fact or whatever. Play whatever you want. Just make sure that you are making a reasonable decision and not like, I don't know, just like, I hate losing to this card that no one plays, so I'm just going to play a million things that kill it,
Sure. So the good question that came up, like Naya Walkers, could Naya Walkers be a thing? And I mean, like, before M15, I was playing Naya Walkers, as a matter of fact. The list that I guess Brian had put up, Kibler, just after it had done well at an open, he added Mystics, and I thought it was perfect. And I mean, I'm playing the hell out of that, because there's nothing quite like, making a Satyr with Xenagos and then making it a 5/5 with a Johnny and getting your beats on, right? Like, that's good living. But I think that in the meta the way that it is right now, you really need to have access to, the good, powerful, versatile removal in order for a deck like that to survive. And I feel like the Naya Walkers list just doesn't have access to any of that. Whereas
Naya has okay removal, right? Like they have Selesnya Charm, Banishing Light, Mortars, Chain to the Rocks if you can support it. And that's not bad, but yeah, certainly like the black removal is stronger, and you have Rakdos' Return, and you have things that kill Planeswalkers, like you have Dreadbore versus Banishing Light, and Banishing Light can get killed. Like
you've got Nissa, Garruk, Thoughtseize, like Slaughter Games is superior in the control matchup, like that sort of thing too, right?
Yeah, but I could totally see you playing Naya instead of this.
Okay. So we're on the draw here. We've got 2 Overgrown Tombs and 2 Corsair Prefixes against unknown opponent.
Yeah, this is kind of why I hate this deck, because I think this hand is a snap keep, but I don't like it.
Okay.
Any thoughts on that?
No, I'm right there with you. Like, it's really ugly. It's
like, yeah, we have 2 lands, can't cast our spells, but like maybe Corsair can get us there.
Yeah.
And then we draw another copy of a legendary permanent. It's like, okay, sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
If we draw like 2 more lands, we're in business for sure. But if we draw a Scryland on turn 3, for example, we're not going to be very happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, P-Sams, I think you probably could be right. Like, it could be a really good day one post-rotation strategy. I think it's all going to matter. It's all going to depend as well about sort of what we end up seeing in the new set, right?
Yeah, man.
That'll all matter.
Nine's not a wedge. What are you talking about?
That's right. That's right.
So what is this? Plains Mountain? Is he playing the soldier deck or no? Just Boros, I guess. Boros aggro.
Whoa, that's worth
okay.
two.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
Worth two.
And then we draw like a mountain, and then we Chandra that daring Skyjack.
And we live the dream. So gross.
Yes. And then Chandra, turn after turn, will kill all of his creatures.
This is actually the deck that I want Chandra against, like, all day.
Oh yeah.
All day.
This is definitely it. And then they play a Spear of Heliod or whatever. You're just dead.
Nope.
Sky Knight.
Well, no blocks here. You can have your 5, sir.
Well, we're getting beat down, but we have a chance.
Well, we're almost there. So,
Stupid Scryland.
I mean, like, we could play Courser
yeah.
and then
that is
Scryland, right? Like, we've got that to at least put in front of this guy.
Okay, so what if he has another haste creature?
Okay, so if he has another haste creature...
Specifically like a Legionnaire, something that just doesn't die to Courser blocking it.
Sure. Then we untap, play Chandra, and kill a guy? We're still up at 14 life?
I mean, yeah, you're not going to be at 14.
No,
so
no,
he's
but
gonna be
14, 2, 5, 7. We're at 7?
Yeah, so I kind of think in this spot I might want to just dreadboard the Legionnaire and then next turn play Chandra, kill the Skyjack, and not be relying on Courser too much.
Okay. I mean, he could also just, like, Banishing Light it too, right? And then we're dead?
Yeah.
If he's doing that? Alright.
Or Mortars, some way to remove it.
Sure. And you want this one done?
Yeah, I think I want the one that I can't kill with Chandra, even
good.
though we take 1 extra damage.
You can go right down to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
I want
I like
nothing.
you, buddy.
I like you.
But not that much.
Not that much, yeah. Yeah. I've seen enough of you today. Oh, yeah, sorry guys. There. Better. I had it there for the deck. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Moved.
Well, I was trying to make it so my video was dark-ish, so there wasn't a bunch of light, but now this cat is being ridiculous.
So here's that hasty guy that we were talking about.
Yeah, that Courser can't do anything about.
Because he's awful
That's great.
big, yeah.
So you would have had to take 9 here.
Yeah, it would have been a
instead
lot.
of 7. Just draw a mountain, please. Please draw a mountain.
That's a lot.
It's a lot to ask to draw one of.
It would be sweet.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. His budget deck looks pretty good to me. I don't know. Meanwhile, every card we've played is a rare.
Yeah. Of course. So, I mean, like, we have to kill this. We're at 6. Holy God. We have to kill the Skyjack, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, it's not an option. So we're gonna get something that we can use. Perhaps?
Land.
Maybe?
Cat, you're out of control. What are you doing?
Courser, I don't want either.
No.
So one thing I do like about V4 when I'm paying closer enough attention is being able to just like hold down the M key on the dual lands. So if you hold down the letter M and you click on your land, it'll give you like 1 mana of whatever the first color of the land is automatically.
Oh, that's so awesome.
It is. It really is.
I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
before, you know.
But it's only
yeah,
the
that's
first
good to
one,
know.
right? So like this will give you a black,
That's
this
fine.
gives you a red, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. I've been doing the 2-click thing where it's like tap all of these for whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you're just trying to tap them for colorless.
1 damage.
Yeah, that's good. I should probably read through like all the features and stuff. That seems helpful.
Another first blade and we're dead.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's got a lot of cards that kill us, if not this turn, the next.
Phil, if you're there, you can check this link out for me. That'd be great.
That'll do. First blade imitator.
That'll do. All right. 1,000,000 X2s. All right, so what do you want to do here, Jerry?
I'm thinking the Angers might be good, but he does have a lot of haste guys. Certainly want the Oozes and the Disciples to try and gain some life.
Chandra, okay, not great.
It might be okay. I mean, he had Skyjack, but he also had a lot of 3-mana haste guys that it wasn't good
Yeah.
against, so I don't know. But, like, Vraska, I think, is a pretty easy cut.
Yep.
Need Nissa to kill him, I think. Don't need Read the Bones. Don't need Rakdos' return.
No, price seems fine.
So it looks... Oh, yeah, we want those Angers. I think we just want all the Angers.
Okay. So we can.
And
We have to cut
then-
3 cards.
Yeah, is it just Elvish Mystics, and we just keep one for... No, maybe you want the other Chandra. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we can cut them and bring the Chandra in.
Yeah. Looks okay to me. There's not too much in the board that I would still want. You know, I don't really want Mystic and Anger in my deck at the same time.
Sure. Okay.
So.
Okay. We'll play first. This seems like a perfectly reasonable hand.
Yep. Needs a Nissa, and we're
Needs a
good.
Nissa.
Good to go.
So I'm going to lead on this Temple of Malice because I'm basically priced into potentially playing one of these on the next turn.
Yep, for sure. Your ultimate priced in.
He's mulliganing to 5.
Oh, jeez.
Truth, Tiger Blood. Truth. Thanks, Phil. My mod's looking after me. Love it. Yeah, when Phil Sams is a mod in my chat, you know, I'm either doing something really wrong or really good. So I think I want this card, right? Like it's gonna play.
Yeah.
It's gonna play into the Disciple fairly well.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll just pass off.
Yeah, it's not like the big threat you need, but it lets you clear excess lands off the top of your deck.
Yeah.
And gain you life, buy you a bunch of time. So I think it's worth keeping.
We can Temple here too.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You're not gonna like pay 2 life to maybe
No.
ultimate price something on his end step
No,
or whatever.
I'm
So
not. I don't. I mean, like,
one is good, 2 is excessive.
2 is excessive.
At some point, you have to start digging for actual threats.
That's a good card.
Yeah.
So I mean, are you take 2, play Courser here, or are we just gonna like? We could play Temple and Ooze. Temple and Ooze.
Yeah,
Temple and
you
Pass?
could Temple Ooze. The problem I have with taking 2 and playing Courser is if you don't hit an untapped land next turn, you like can't even play Disciples. So you're just like skipping your turn again,
True.
kind of. So.
Okay.
This kind of looks like, you know, you're playing a slower game by playing the Temple here, but I think you're actually developing your board better.
Okay.
And I don't think we want that.
I don't think we do either at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna have 3 creatures in a few turns. He's gonna have none. So if it gets to the point where we want to sweep him, we have mortars.
Lightning Strike.
Oh no! Oh no! Killed our ooze.
Thank you, Tudamid. Awesome. Is he doing nothing? Oh God.
He's mana screwed.
All right, so we're gonna play Courser here.
Yep.
Let's see what we get. I'm gonna play that.
Perfect card.
Do we want that
Bottom.
now?
I don't think so.
All right. This is always the fun time. Okay.
Just get a threat and end it. You already have 2 sweepers in your hand.
There it is. Okay. And now we have a Temple of Malice on top again.
And we're winning.
And we're winning.
And again, every single card we've played is rare.
It's true.
You're just rubbing it in his face, Scotty.
Well, I mean, truth be told, this deck, the entire deck online, is like 380 tickets.
Yeah, I bought the stuff I didn't have for like 100.
Yeah, so like it's not bad. So we have Stomping Ground here. I mean, like, I feel like every time you don't play the land off the top.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Play a Scryland instead?
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at. So we have the Golgari Charm. Is it worth just like jamming Disciple and gaining it here?
Yeah. I think you definitely play Disciple
before attacks.
And I don't know. You can't cast Devouring Light.
Truth.
Is there a Pillar of Light? I mean, you can just cast that whenever. I'm not sure if there are any next snaps.
What's the new one that kills the things with big in the butt?
Pillar of Light, I think.
Oh, is that it? And that's like white?
Yeah. No, it's 2-dub. But he can just cast that whenever.
Sure. So it don't matter. Sweet.
I don't know. 380 for a complete deck is not bad.
Right, and I mean, especially a deck that's potentially as powerful as this one, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it put 2 people in the top 8 of the PT. You know, that's a pretty good deck. It was also the only undefeated standard deck.
Yeah. Oh, it hit Skullcrack. Wow.
This guy might not be as creature heavy as we thought.
You might be right.
I mean, Daring Skyjack kind of like leads me to believe he's got a certain amount of things.
I mean, does he sideboard that way? Maybe?
I don't know.
Jeez.
It's entirely possible.
His hand's looking pretty weak right now, though.
Yeah, but at the same time, he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to kill us from 20, which is burn spells.
That's true.
We have Lava Axe with buyback in play currently.
That seems pretty good.
And this is great.
So I think I'm going to play the Stomping Ground tapped here. And we'll save the Scryland until after.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Gain a life. Can I always yield to this? Damn it. Alright. Let's get our bash on. I think the 3/3 of the Disciple's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be pretty hard-pressed to win this game.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I would be very impressed.
Listen, you know what, guys? Like, I know I'm getting grief over this 380 for a deck, but, like, you have to understand. I mean, we've been playing Modern on here for quite some time, and, like, a Modern deck is $1,000. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're just going to scry this Nissa to the bottom of the deck, since we don't really need it. Or you want to hold
I don't think so. I want to hold it.
All right.
Like, what are the ways that he could win this game? Probably by dealing with all of our threats, right?
Yep.
So even if the threat is redundant, we might still want it. Yeah, I mean...
Green. I think we're going to use a Temple of Abandon here.
Yeah, that's fine. We got plenty of those.
Yeah. And then we'll play this and leave it.
Yeah.
We can do it after combat, too.
It's just one of those things where I don't feel like it has any impact on the game, but it actually covers you against him having some weirdo way to kill all your creatures.
Sure.
Like, I don't know, if planar cleansing you after fogging or something, like Riot Control into planar cleansing.
Yeah.
Just play around everything, man. Another Skullcrack.
Yep. So you have 2? Yep. So many Skullcracks.
Sir?
Holy. Yeah, okay. Top you. Pass. So have you ever ultimated Nissa World Waker on Magic Online?
No. Like I said, the only thing I did with Nissa was make lands into 4/4s.
Yeah, okay. I mean, that seems like it's pretty good on its own, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So, what are you thinking here? Do we, like, if he's siding out creatures, like, do we not want these?
I don't know. I mean, do we want to just try the Mystic Rakdos' return plan instead? Because it seemed like a lot of his cards were either, like, 2-mana burn spells or 3-mana hasters. And that isn't very conducive to, like, him emptying his hand quickly, so... granted, we are on the draw, but if we have, like, a Mystic or a Caryatid, like, maybe we can return him for, like, his last 3 cards. So... I don't know. How do you feel about Chandra?
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We bring another... So, you want to go, like, this way?
I would want the other Mystic. I want the all the acceleration if you don't have, Anger.
So, but we can't cut Golgari Charm, I don't think, if he is actually on this plan.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, if he starts leading with little guys and we have Mystic and Golgari Charm, we just don't play Mystic.
Sure, okay.
But, I don't know, you could... I think what I would do is cut this Chandra and call it a day, but you could also make a case for just having a Miser's Anger. You're not interested?
I'm not interested in the Miser's Anger. Like, this
Alright.
This leaves us at 60.
No, I know. I was going to say, like, bring in an Anger, cut a Golgari Charm, or something.
That's fine. Alright. Just in case.
It's,
you realize that one card's going to win us the game now, right?
It's the... Yeah, of course. It's the same thing... Oh, jeez. Ugh. It's the same thing with, like, the one Read the Bones, where if you draw 1 Anger against this guy, it's probably going to be fine, but you don't want to draw 2.
Yeah.
So this hand, I have no idea. I mean...
We only have one temple. We can cast our Courser on time.
Yeah, but the Courser's, like, not even that effective against this guy, because he has, like, the First Blades and Legionnaires and stuff. Yeah, you have to mulligan.
Right.
There we go. That's a hand.
It is a hand. Now we just need to draw, like, Llanowar Wastes. Actually, straight up Forest to be fine. I'm not greedy.
I mean, I'm fine with how this is.
Alright. That's a mana. We want all the manas.
Yes. It could get rough if he kills our Mystic, and then we can't even play the Courser on 3. But I do think you have to keep it.
I don't think anything about this hand is like smooth by any stretch if that Mystic bites the dust. Like,
yeah,
I mean, that was our position on the... Oh, that was our position on the keep, like... So we'll just run this.
It was a position on the keep, but you could have changed things with the temple potentially to help kind of mitigate the effect that losing that thing might have, but...
We're going to keep this?
I think so.
Like, I feel...
Yeah,
because,
yeah,
like, if he eats a Mystic, right? Then, I mean, at least it's a threat we can cast.
Yeah, I think you have to keep it.
Or would you rather try to fish for the land?
Nope.
Okay. Shit. I passed by the... Oh, no, I just casted this turn. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Boros Charm.
This guy is way more burn than we thought.
I think so, too.
He drew all of his creatures game 1.
Good lord. Yeah,
Alright, so the question is,
do
you want to play Courser and start trying to develop and, like, gain some life in the meantime, or you feel it's imperative that we, like, putrefy that thing?
Sword 14?
Mm-hmm.
that's only ever going to be a 2/2. So is the question, do we just the crypt, tap, and pass? I mean, like, we also have a line where we could go, like, Courser into Disciple potentially, too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, our next few turns are not going to be super smooth, right?
Yeah.
Like, we play Putrefy, and then, like, next turn we play Courser. But this way, if we play Courser now, either Disciple or Putrefy next turn, whatever you want to do. Next turn, you can either Rectus return his hand, and having an extra land in the next couple turns from Courser would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Or, you know, even past that, you could start playing 2 spells a turn, and that would be really nice. So
I guess
I think it's Courser. I think you're basically taking 1 per turn because you have Courser.
Ding?
Versus his Legionnaire. Yeah, ding.
Ding?
Okay, Courser, you can stop now. Give us spells.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah. All right.
I think since it's only 1 per turn and you get to develop really nicely now, then we can focus on, you know, trying to stop what he's doing or at least slow him down, and then probably Rectus return all of his cards.
I mean, like, if we can contain what he's got going on long enough. Oof.
Bile Blight.
Seriously, that's yeah. I mean, like, that's a card worth considering. If you can,
Yeah,
if you can get the mana to support it.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little tough to cast. You have 8 red-green duels, 3 forests, you know, but obviously you can work around that.
Yeah. It's another ooze. Okay, so we have things. He has 3 cards in hand. Like, we could return him now.
Yeah, I think that's the play, because if you don't return him now, you're basically never going to get to return him.
Yeah.
And this is the best possible spot. So you take some damage, but next turn maybe you can go Ooze plus Disciple, or just like Putrefy Ooze, eat your thing.
Damn it! I'm gaining a life still from the Courser. All right. Well, that was pretty good.
That was 8 damage that we just, or 8 life we just gained.
That's pretty good. So we obviously can't block.
You can't block those. You could try and play around him drawing a Skull Cleaver, and I feel like any game you win, you're going to be at a very high life total. I don't think it's going to be a racing thing.
Sure. So we'll just keep it alive.
I could definitely see just keeping it back.
Okay.
But you know, it's up to you. I just don't think the 2 damage is super relevant.
Okay.
But him dealing you 4 would be.
God, if he peeled the skull crack there, I'm going to feel real sad when I try to play this Disciple next turn.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
So, do we know? Are we discipling for sure?
Well, because we're at 8, right?
Yeah.
So we play a land, we go to 9. If he's got Warleader's Helix,
if you're playing the land, you should play it untapped because you gain. Well, I guess you lose a life total, but you get an ooze in play, and I think that's worth it.
Okay. And then we can go ooze and disciple. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, you are just walking into Skullcrack for sure. But I don't think there's any way around that. I think if he has a Skullcrack, you're just gonna be in trouble.
Okay.
And this gives him less turns to draw it too. So, and I think like just getting ooze into play is worth 1 life.
Okay. We can go ooze. And let's gamble it.
Yep, let's do it. Well, no, you already gained a life off your land, right? So he probably doesn't have Skullcrack. I guess that's a good way to tell.
Yes! Okay, so now I'm going to jam for 2 with the Courser.
Yes, now you can do that. We got plenty of blockers. So go to 9, and then can kill a thing, gain 2 life off ooze. We should have a big enough buffer that we're in control.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we do have a guy we can eat.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you kill one of his guys, and then you have two you can...
Well, no, but, like,
How?
there's even a guy in the yard.
I know. I'm saying you kill one of his guys, then there are two in the graveyard.
Oh. We can kill both of them next turn if we want to.
Could do that. Or you could just gain 2 life and deal him more damage.
Yeah,
But I think he's just on a 2-turn no matter what.
3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, probably just like kill, eat something with ooze. Uh-oh.
Boros Charm?
To deal you 4?
No, permanents. He's making them indestructible.
Oh, is it? On my screen, it's like highlighted.
Yeah, so
the 4
they're
damage.
grayed out.
Oh, okay, I see. Because, yeah, I couldn't see the third one. Yeah, so putrefy his guy in response?
Like,
I guess.
I think so. It's awkward, I think, but I mean, we need to kill it. Yep. All right. So we'll get in. We'll just swing for the fence. Well, don't swing at the Mystic, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you just attack with all 3, because if he has a Skull Cleaver, his other card can't kill you.
Yeah.
I don't think. So then eat one of his guys.
Yeah. As soon as he, there you go. All right. All the lands get indestructible. So sweet.
Yeah. So it's bad with Wildfire, but it's good with Burning of Zinyi.
Yeah.
I think that was the cube combo.
Also reprinted, obviously, in the new
In Annihilation.
Annihilation. Probably
Yeah,
like
that
one
was-
of
that
the
was-
least exciting ones that I've seen yet.
Oh, I don't know.
You have a fan.
Nice.
Nice.
Love it. I like his work.
Yeah.
Just gave you the business in game 1.
Seriously, it was terrible. Yep. Did us ragged. Yeah, that Rakdos return was pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Mystic certainly helped this game too. Anger would have been okay, would have been fine. We got to kill his 2 Legionnaires, but
I definitely think that the return would have been... It's better for us, I think, in the long run. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying
Yeah, I
not
mean-
to be results-oriented, but like the rate that we're going to be able to remove damage from his hand.
yeah, he's got some big stuff.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, good thing we played around that.
So I guess he just doesn't swing here, right?
Probably not, but
Oh,
then
jeez.
he's in big trouble.
All right. Going deep. You know he's dead to the Dreadbore on top of our deck, right?
Oh, yeah. Maybe he'll brave some elements.
Yeah, it could be a thing, I guess.
I highly doubt it, but...
Kill that guy. So I find it hilarious that you were. But so Selesnya Charm, hell of a Magic card right now, huh?
How's that?
It's Selesnya Charm's a hell of a Magic card right now.
Why do you say that?
No, it's just funny.
Teams.
Like it's consistently been sort of like a good card, you know, ever since rotation. And I just remember having you were on the show with us a while ago.
Oh yeah, the Medina thing.
The Medina thing.
It was him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was him, yeah. You're just like Celestial Charm's fucking terrible. It was funny. All right. So,
I mean, yeah, when people stop playing Thragtusk and they have to play Desecration Demon instead, Sledging Charm gets a little better.
A lot better, yeah.
But it's still just green-white.
Yeah. Then you
I don't think green-white is ever gonna get over that negative stigma, you know. There's always gonna be someone who remembers.
Get there.
We did it.
Finally. Jeez. 34. We had to play 3 games to do it. Guy, like, literally just took the beats to us game 1. It was brutal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was awesome.
I don't know where my chat went. Oh.
Am I allowed to take breaks?
Yeah, you want to go take a break? You could take a break.
Am I chained here?
Yeah, no, go take a break. Go do what you want to do. That's
All right,
fine.
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to think about the question you asked me.
Good.
And then when I come back, we'll talk.
Okay, sounds good.
Sound good?
Yeah, I love it.
All right, later.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan, I agree with you. I think it was completely insane. It was like the Golgari charm heard around the world, right? Everybody just all of a sudden freaks out. But, redundancy. Yeah. All right. Trying to go through and trying to catch up to all of your comments here. I'm just like scrolling through. Yeah, spending digital dollars is brutal. I guess I could put my record up here, actually. I can do that, I can do that, I can do that. Hey, Kehoe! Chat has lots of PSAMs. Lots of PSAMs. We will add a title. Junkers. All right, we have this here. There you go, folks. How's that sound? Love it! Alrighty. BMA Seal Daily. Nice. Oh, is it not? Ugh, it's showing awkward again, is it? I can do that. I can do that. Oh. That's better, isn't it? Now, let me just... Yeah, that's better. Alright. Readjust all of this, too. Sorry, guys. Bear with me a moment. Sweet. All fixed. Yep. Good. Twitchception. That was all for you guys. That was just for you that I did that. All of you. Yeah, wait. Right. I forgot. Yep. So yeah, I will be at the event both days this weekend. I will be there on Saturday to play in the PTQ. I will be geisting again. WMCQ there'll be a bunch of blue-white. I think there's a lot of people that are on that. There'll be a lot of black. There'll be a fair amount of this deck too, I think. But I'm pretty excited to be there. Like I said, I'm going to be geisting on Saturday. My amazing, wonderful wife is postponing her trip to the cottage just so that I can go and geist it up. And then I'll bring my daughter with me. We'll register, get some geists, trading for geists, registering people for geists, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I'll have Team Geist tokens with me too, so you guys can come and get them. It's pretty gross. I'm very excited. We were talking some sideboard changes tonight, which was really neat. Made me pretty happy. Actually, so what do you guys think is a sweeter Batterskull? Do you like the GP foil or do you like the original? I don't know. I'm not sold on this this art. This is a little phallic for me, you know. Guys, promo is for Sunday. I'm coming Sunday, literally just to sign up with maybe this deck, play as many as I can. I am not coming through Chicago. I actually live. I'm in Toronto, or just north of anyway. So, Snap original. See, that's what I thought too. All right, good. Promo for you. You know what, Lowry? I'm not surprised. Actually, I'm actually not surprised. Actually, not surprised. GP foil. They both look like giant metal dicks. One looks a little bit more dickish than the other. Jerry, we gotta ask you.
Yo.
So, Batterskull, original art or GP promo?
Are we talking online or real life?
Real life.
Real life, I have to go with the non-foil.
Do you just not like foils in real life?
So, I don't mind foils if like my entire deck is foil and it's like my cards and I can, shuffle them harshly. I think that's fine.
Okay.
But if I'm playing with someone else's deck, I don't like not being able to riffle shuffle.
Yep.
Kind of takes me out of my comfort zone.
Okay.
I don't like having to play with like double sleeve decks and all that stuff. So.
Oh, okay. You're also not a double sleever.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when I play Kaijudo, the decks are 40 cards.
Yeah.
And a lot of the higher rarities are just all foil. You can't get them in non-foil.
Correct.
So I would double sleeve them to preserve the value, and also it would make the decks feel like 60 cards.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so that was cool. So I didn't mind like double sleeving those. But for Magic, whenever I play Legacy, like as of late, I've been borrowing cards from Josh Rabbit, and all of his cards are beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, he wants me to play double sleeve, which I understand, but then it's like my deck feels like it's 80 cards, and like my hands just can't handle it. You know, I have to shuffle like half the deck at once.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of annoying.
I have obviously large hands. I'm a tall guy, and I'm a habitual double sleever. I won't, because I riffle shuffle cards too, and unfortunately I've been playing long enough that you're able to kind of, if you have the right sleeves or the wrong sleeves rather, it's easy to kind of like feel whether they're foil or not if they're just like single sleeves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, especially when you're shuffling. So for me, it's just like I play a mix of foils and non-foils, just because like some arts versus some other, like for example, like it's blasphemous, right? But like my favorite Path to Exile art, for example, is the Koth versus Venser dual decks.
Okay.
Because I just think it's awesome, like shredding the worm with the Path, like that's sweet. But I'll play the Celestial Colonnades because the buy box promo is absurd. That sort of thing. So anyways, yeah. So I have.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, everyone likes what they like, and it is cool that Magic allows them to kind of like customize what they want to do, and they give you like different options for art and stuff. I really love that they do just random promos that are foil, alternate art, stuff like that. People love that stuff.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, for me, just the thinnest deck possible. Like shuffling 60 cards just feels good to me.
It's fair. So I gotta ask. So it's time. How did being at WotC change your perspective on deck building?
Okay, so I think a lot of people would recognize me as a control player, and if not a control, like a blue player for sure. And I wanted to kind of like show off my range and build a wide variety of decks, because that was what was most helpful for the process.
Okay.
So I got a lot of practice doing that. And I think that helped a little bit, and it was certainly good that there were other smart people around. Like Adam Prozac builds control decks way differently than I build control decks, for example. So it was really helpful, like working with him pretty closely when normally I wouldn't have that opportunity. And then, I think I just got to see things in a little bit of a different light and build a wider range of decks, which was really cool. But like I said, I think just like forcing me to play limited, and the fact that Wizards has like a very interesting and unique way of looking at limited formats also helped. And I'm not going to get into that, but I just thought I would mention that because it's really cool.
Okay.
So limited is not something I play very much, but having to play it basically on the daily and look at it just like very analytical and try and break things down and stuff, that was very helpful, because normally it's like if I was preparing for a pro tour, maybe I draft 20 times and I kind of talk with some people, but I don't like break it down on that level.
Sure.
And they really do.
Sure.
So I think that helped a lot. But yeah, for Constructed, I just did a bunch of different stuff that I would not normally do. And, it's helpful. Like, depending on what your goals are, like there are certain players that might just copy a list that won the last week, and they're just like, well, tell me how to sideboard, I can play it well enough, and that's fine. But for someone like me, like I very much want to be good at everything, or at least have a basic understanding of everything. So that was very helpful.
Okay. Yeah, I've always kind of like felt that you were the perfect example of the ultimate knowledge seeker. Like, if there was something to learn, if there was something to be known, you were going to find it out.
Yeah.
And
that's the goal.
Oh, of
I
course.
I don't care about winning. Like I want to learn everything, and then at that point, maybe some winning will happen.
So it's really funny, because there was an article that you wrote, and it, like, I can unabashedly tell you that it really changed the way that I approached the game. And it was a while ago, but it was, you basically were talking about how the goal of your tournament should be to play as close to perfectly as possible.
Yeah.
And just like focus on what you're doing in that moment, play the best Magic you can each turn after turn, like thing after thing, and you will absolutely, you won't win all the time, but you'll win more. And when you don't win, you'll be able to more readily recognize why you didn't win. Because variance is a thing, right? I mean, like, now...
Yeah, you very much cannot win them all.
Yeah.
So, to look at Magic like, trophy or no, that's the important thing. I think you're just doing yourself a disservice. And I really do feel like if you are improving and that is your goal, eventually you will win stuff.
Yeah.
And then that is cool, but that's not my goal,
Yeah, and I mean it's been really helpful for me. I mean, I tried to, I used to like tilt a lot, and I used to make a lot of mistakes, like way more than I make now, and I would just like, you overcompensate, you swerve, and then you'd like bank hard to the left to get back on track, and then you fuck up again, and all that sort of stuff. And
yep.
And it's been like a journey, and it's something that we're seriously trying to rectify. And you were a big help for that.
Well, that's why I do what I do. I'm very happy that I could help, because that's kind of my goal now too. Like before, I put off on writing because I was like, I don't know if like people are going to care what I have to say, or if I can even like write weekly. If the way that I do things might work for me, but it might not work for everyone else. But yeah, the fact that people are able to say stuff like that to me is nice. It keeps me going for sure.
Nice. So the question has come up: how do you deal with tilter variance, or are you now above it?
I'm kind of above it. I mean, like you were talking about like, oh, you would make a mistake, and then it's just like this super dangerous spiral, right?
Yeah.
It's like you make a mistake, you tilt, and now since you're tilted, you make more mistakes, and you're just like, I just want to be off tilt,
Yeah.
But obviously that doesn't help either. The stupid cat, Jesus, loves me for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it is just one of those things where it's like in the scheme of things, like you're gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna win them all. Maybe you mulligan to 5, you get mana screwed, mana flooded. Your opponent draws perfect. They peel 3 runners in a row to beat you, and it's the only way they could win. But it's like, who cares? If I make a mistake and I'm able to recognize that I made a mistake, then that is valuable. That's leveling up, And I think that is way more important, because it's like, say you're like level 10 in some RPG and you're like, oh, well, I want to fight the final boss already. I think I'm ready. I think I'm going to play perfect, whatever. But, you're not. You're level 10. Like, you gotta grind a little bit more, learn some stuff, learn some higher level spells or whatever, get to level 50, then maybe, we'll talk. But, and I think that's just it. And learning to me is more interesting than playing the games. Like, playing the games is almost kind of like a chore at this point, so it's kind of frustrating in that regard, because I used to love it a lot, and now that I can't play a ton, I do love it more. I appreciate it a lot more, but I don't know. Like, for me, my mindset is just all about learning, and certainly not everyone is going to have the same mindset as me, so I really encourage you to do what works for you, but that works for me, and just, I don't know, tilting is just stupid. It just, like, if I make a mistake or they get lucky, it just doesn't bother me, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, cannot beat Kefka at level 10, level 55 plus is advised. Exactly.
Nice. Kefka's not a little bitch,
No.
That guy's a psychopath.
He comes off real, crazy, but, meek, and then all of a sudden, boom. So, this is actually another good question. So, and this is something you may have some good experience in. Is it possible to be the best player you can be only playing Standard and Draft? Or
no,
are the older formats like way too important?
It's not that the formats are important. It's just that, like, by playing different formats and exposing yourself to different types of Magic, you learn a lot more stuff. So I also think, like, being the best player you can be is kind of like it's kind of broad, I guess, when there is so much more to it than just playing. I think you need to be able to have a good decks for tournaments, and that falls into like picking good decks, tuning good decks that already exist, making sure that you're not going off the deep end and like being 2 levels ahead, because that kills you like way more than playing like a deck that was good last week but isn't good this week.
Right.
So there are a lot of things that are very, very dangerous, especially if you simplify it to the fact of just like being a good player. So yeah, you can play Standard and Draft, and that helps a lot, especially if you are just playing Standard. But you play something like Legacy, you learn some of the nuances of the Legacy deck building, and that carries over into Standard, and vice versa. So, if people don't want to play Legacy, that's cool. But if you really want to be the best, at least mess around with it or read about it or something. Think about it even, and I think that stuff will help a lot.
Okay. Good.
So, like, here's an example. Is like, Delver is a pretty good Standard deck, right? This is like before it was Crushing.
Sure.
Like maybe when it was the Phantasmal Bear one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you can port a lot of the ideas from like the Rug Threshold decks into your Standard Delver deck. And sure, that's not going to happen a lot, but it certainly helped me recognize that things like Ponder and Probe and Thought Scour are very important, which you might not learn just from playing Standard.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah, and those strategies, of course, can start to really cross over. And I mean, that's especially relevant in Modern too, because I mean, we see standard decks that start to fade, and then more and more we see like reprints that are coming, that are all of a sudden bringing cards into our format. So, I mean, that's always true there as well.
Yeah.
So, so getting better at the game, sticking to one deck or trying different ones every tournament. So like that, it's a tough discussion, right?
Yeah, because the deck that was good last week might not be good this week, and if you are in a position to where you have like card availability is not an issue, and you are able to make like sound, rational decisions, like someone like Brad is very, very good at this, where he might not even be able to articulate why he's switching decks, but he is very good at picking a deck for the week. And I think unless you are 100% spot on, or like even maybe 95% or whatever, like you shouldn't focus too much on that. It is generally a good idea to just play like a good solid deck. Like there are people that have played like blue white or mono black or even something like Jund Monsters throughout the entire season, regardless of how much they think it's going to get hated on, or regardless of how much they think like people have practiced against your deck, and now like the edge that you used to have because your deck was kind of fringe no longer exists.
Yep.
But there is certainly merit to mastering a deck, especially in a format like Legacy, which doesn't really have a metagame per se. It's like more of a regional thing, just because the decks are expensive and most people don't have the ability to switch decks on a whim.
Yep.
But yeah, like there are merits to both. I would advise playing big tournaments with something and then in the meantime practicing with your friends or online or something with a deck that you might not be familiar with. And I think that's a good way to do it. You don't want to practice in the big tournaments because you're just kind of like hemorrhaging value at that point.
Yeah. Phil puts it really well. Getting better at Magic in general means you play more decks, but if you want to win more, if you want to just win, you should play one deck more.
That is certainly one way to put it, and that is very concise and makes a lot of sense.
Well,
I like talking.
Yeah, I like talking. It's not; those are not terms we typically use in Phil Sams when we were referring to him, but it's okay. So a few more minutes out. So when you, with your extra experience at Limited, you feel you're gonna be real dangerous on the tour when they let you back in there, huh?
I hope so. I mean, I do feel like it helped a lot, but ultimately, like, you got to put me like in the actual tournament and see what happens. So I hope it helps. I feel like I have grown a lot because of it, and that's certainly one of the reasons to not have me be able to play in those pro tours when I've already, like playing Constructed is one thing. Like, I played a bunch with the decks and I've thought about the format a lot, but like Limited is also another thing where it's like people don't get a lot of time to practice those formats. And I've probably done like 30 drafts of just cons.
Oh.
And that's not counting like, cons plus Dewey and, stuff like that. So
right.
like I've played with those cards a lot.
Yeah, I guess, and when you put that into perspective, I guess that makes a whole hell of a lot of time.
Yeah, and then you got to think like, I might be working with a team, like maybe I work with Channel Fireball again, and then how am I not going to tell them everything I know, right?
Yeah.
So it's just really not fair. I can't pronounce his name. Adgiecto? When can I stream again? I can stream whenever. I'm just lazy.
We're working on that.
Yeah. Scotty Mac's gonna get me an overlay, make me look all pretty. Teach me the ropes, I guess.
We'll get you up and started. That's no problem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with
good.
Cedric fading out, you just take all his time slots and you'll own everybody.
And MJ's gone too now, right?
Yeah, I mean, like he's streaming a little, I think, but definitely not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely not anywhere near where he was. Like I've seen him a couple times, I think. But yeah, I would love to see you streaming. That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, someone like Cedric is very entertaining, but I feel like I would be more of like the Michael Jacob camp where I just, talk about what I'm doing, but like not a lot of my personality shows through, and that's kind of scary just because I feel like not enough people would be watching my stream that I would want to.
See, and it's so funny because all you have to do is just put your name up there, and people are just like, "Oh God, Jerry's playing. I gotta watch this." It's weird, man. It's weird.
Maybe not the amount that I want,
Oh.
And then I'm just like, I'm not expecting like a ton. Like if I had 1,000 people watching me, I'd be very impressed.
Okay.
And maybe that's the case, but it's like, I don't know what's important, you know? Like, are people watching streams for entertainment primarily, or is it primarily to learn? Is it a mix? Can I do both? Like, am I capable of being entertaining if, I'm just saying, like, you should do this for X, Y, and Z reasons or whatever, I don't know. So I definitely want to try it and find out, but I'm also kind of dreading finding out if it's like, hey, I'm streaming, and then it's just like crickets.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, being on streams with other people is a great way to test those waters. So I now understand very clearly why you were so excited to actually get this together with me. I'm very happy. So.
Well, plus you're awesome, so.
Well, I mean, like, Jerry, I appreciate that, of course. I mean, we've always had a good time on the shows and stuff, so that's wild.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
So you are living out in Washington area still, right?
Currently, yeah.
So we're getting together, right?
What do you mean?
September 10th through 15th, when I'm out there, like, I'm at Wizards, like, we're gonna get together, right?
I've been looking into moving maybe, but I'm not sure yet.
But, like, within the
there's
next 30 days?
Oh, it's in September? It's so soon.
Buddy,
Man.
it's so soon! It's ridiculous.
Dude, yeah. We gotta make some plans. I'll be here. I ain't going anywhere.
Okay, good.
I don't know if there are any tournaments that weekend or whatever, but... Oh, wait, no. When is this?
It's September 10th. Well, so I get in on the 10th. It's
Okay.
a Wednesday.
I have...
And then I'm there the weekend, like, through the 15th.
Oh, no. I wonder if this is during the Atlanta Open when I'm doing commentary.
You doing commentary at an Open? They're putting you on the coverage team? That's so absurd.
Have you not heard this? Dude,
No,
I have a show
what?
I have a show in 2 weeks in DC.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah, I have that one and then Atlanta. So, oh man, I have to find this out because if I'm gonna be gone when the Community Cup's going on, that's...
Well, hold on. We can
That's
figure
a downer.
this out. We can figure this out. This is a thing. Hold on. This is a thing.
I'm working on it.
Okay, hold on. I've got this up right here. We're all gonna do it together.
It's the 13th and 14th.
No.
So, when is the 10th?
It's a Wednesday.
Okay, so we got a couple days. Got a couple days to hang out, but that's about it.
Event schedule. Oh, yeah, it is the 13th, 14th. Oh, there you are. That's so awesome. With Matthias Hunt, too. That's going to be a riot. Yeah, so that's what Saturday, Sunday is the 13th, 14th.
Well, yeah, but I'm flying on Friday.
Okay, so I'll be in town the 12th. Probably the 10th or 11th. So we'll get together the Thursday. We'll have to get together Thursday. Yeah, because I think they're going to do our tour on Thursday. And then after that. So, I have no idea what to expect, by the way. I talked to Kenji and I've talked to Smitty, both of them who have been to the Community Cup before, and I just have like no idea what to expect. If we get some like gross brews going, or because like we don't even know what formats or whatever we're playing, right?
Oh yeah.
So we've got Cheon and Tom Ross as the ringers for us this year.
Okay.
So, I mean,
and Mariah, man. Don't count her out.
No, I don't count her out at all. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. No, and there's, like, Frank Lepore, Dalibor Trinka as well. Like, Dalibor apparently is, like, super good.
Sure.
So, like, when I'm in the bottom 4, that's pretty cool. Right?
I mean, this is a good squad, though.
I mean, we're up against a good squad.
Well, whatever.
But... Hey, I have a question for you. Does Helene Bergeau play Magic?
I'm not sure to what extent.
Okay.
But, I mean, I know that she does.
Okay. It's interesting. We saw her name on the list, and I thought, oh, God. I was going over this with a buddy of mine, actually, and we're like, okay, so who are we playing against? Like, who's actually good on the team? Who's actually good? And then once I started talking about it, I'm like, wow. They're all mostly pretty good. Actually,
dude, whatever. Just play. Don't get scared.
Oh, scared. Who's
They're
scared?
Just people.
Listen, Jerry, I humiliate myself every week in front of these people, punting all day on Magic Online. It is no different doing it in front of people at Wizards. It's gonna be fine.
Exactly. So then who cares who you're playing against? Doesn't matter.
No. I know. It's actually really interesting because, like, when I was at in Boston playing in day 2, and like I'm sitting down, and we were late to the players meeting, and I'm sitting down and I'm like scribbling out to try to fill out the comp form or whatever, and like sitting across from me is Valentin Mackel,
Sure.
right? And like,
Yep.
I'm like, oh, hi, right? And right next to me is a buddy of mine, Edgar. Thank God he helped me out, working through it. But I laughed because I'm looking around. I'm like, wow, this is actually happening, right? And I sit down at one point. I'm playing beside BBD, and it was just like, wow, this is where I'm at. And it was cool because you just have faith in yourself and have faith in what you're doing, and focus on what's in front of you and don't worry about whatever else is going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. So isn't this long? What
That seems long.
It seems long,
Are you
right?
are you disconnected or something? Can you tell?
God,
Be
that could
very
be terrible, right?
anticlimactic. Huh?
That could be terrible.
That could be terrible.
Maybe we're just gonna do this. This could be real awkward. Ugh. I tripped over my own fingers. I mean, sideboard time, I guess, is a thing, right?
Yeah.
Tick, 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 tick. No, it's legit.
What could be causing that?
I have no
'Cause
idea.
They only have 30 minutes each, right?
Yeah.
That's weird. Can you find out who's still playing, or do you have to click on everyone individually?
No, you have to click on everyone individually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Actually, no, I don't think I do. Ready? Oh. This is painful. There are so many people in this round.
Yeah.
That'll take forever.
Hold on a sec. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah, so 2D Mid's been asking like a million times, why no Urborg in the Jund list? So, so realistically, the reason for it is if you wanted to play, like if there are some cards that you want to play, you know what? I think I actually have to re-add this.
So Urborg is basically a swamp. And are we in the market for a swamp? Not really. Do we need double black on some turns? Maybe. But not really. So Lifebane Zombie's okay, but if a lot of the Jund decks are like this Planeswalker deck, then Lifebane's not great. And also, like, BB is kind of hard to cast.
What are we doing here?
I don't know, Scotty, you tell me.
I know, I'm messing around with this. I'll get there, it's fine. There it is. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Now we're good.
That's still really weird that it's like past an hour and still going.
Yes, I agree. There. Beautiful. I would Urborg if we were playing Downfall.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, then you just want more black sources in the deck in general.
Yeah. Yep, I agree completely. And I think that's what it comes down to, right? Like, based on the mix of your spells, you need to determine if the black's important. Like, for us, it's really just sort of like a touch. We only ever really need, like, 1 point at a time. If we're playing 2, it's because we're using, like, 2 removal spells in 1 turn, which is fine. But, I mean, we also have Caryatids to kind of help out, leverage some of that, so...
Yep.
It's not always relevant. Whereas the green's really important, and the red ends up being really important for mortars and stuff down the road. This is hilarious. I guess they're in extra turns. Womp womp.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Probably got deck checked at the beginning of the round. They have time extension.
Yeah. I can move that title up too.
Why is Shardless Bug cropping up a lot these past few weeks in the SCG? Because it's awesome.
Jerry's pretty happy about that, yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, I was like, oh, this deck's really awesome. I enjoy playing it, but like maybe it's not the greatest right now. And then all these people keep winning with it, and I want to play it again.
So is that what you're looking to run back? Like, what did you play at the last Invitational for
Lands?
Legacy? For Lands for Legacy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
felt
played
like it was
against.
well positioned.
I played against. Oh yeah. I mean, I know that crowd of people that's in the Invitational, and they all like Stoneforge Mystic decks, and those decks can't beat lands. So, unfortunately, I didn't play very well. So that was another instance of me playing a deck that I did not have a lot of practice with in a big tournament, rather than
Well, then you really like double whammied it this time then.
How's that?
Well, because you also did that with the Black Devotion, right?
The Green Devotion deck, right?
Yeah, the green slash black, yeah.
That's the thing, is I had played that deck a ton.
Oh, okay.
And I had like sideboard plans written out and everything, and those plans were working out, and I just need to play more, I guess. You can't learn everything. You can always iterate, I think. So how do I plan on getting back on the PT with the new PTQ system?
You excited about that?
Yeah, I think it helps me a lot.
Now, why is that?
So I equate the PTQ queues, whatever you want to call them, the first step at the store level, to like a bigger FNM or game day. And I feel like those should not be difficult for me to win, especially if I have a bunch of shots.
Okay.
I am fortunate enough to live in a pretty large metropolitan area with a lot of stores. So I have a lot of opportunity to win those. And if I consider it like a foregone conclusion, not to sound like arrogant or whatever, but like I really do think I can win one of those per season, and it shouldn't be that difficult. But if that's a foregone conclusion, then instead of playing in a potentially like 300-person PTQ where it has one slot, I get to play in maybe a 200-man PTQ that has 8 slots.
Okay.
And Jumple points out that I lost to a Stoneforge Mystic deck in the tournament, and yeah, Jumple, I could tell you exactly when and where I made mistakes that caused me to lose. I do feel like that matchup is like 80-20 for lands. It's like unbelievably good.
Yeah. We have a similar situation here, I think, as well, with the concentration of stores and all that sort of stuff. And I think it'll be very easy that Toronto's going to be one of the like 128 plus for the regionals, right? So like top 8 for sure.
Yep.
So we were once again in Brad's bracket, and once again fate has denied us the opportunity. We're on the draw, and I'm pretty sure that there's no way in hell we can keep this unless we absolutely knew that our opponent was on blue-white, and I have to assume that based on their avatar, they're not.
Well, that's probably a good read, but also we have a Mortars against blue-white, and
that's true too.
You could tell me that they were playing blue-white, and I would probably mulligan this hand. I want an accelerator and a solid string of like Planeswalker threats.
I feel like this is probably a pretty damn good 6 on the draw.
That is a pretty damn good 6.
We have not really tested Geist against blue-black fairies. I have played it a little. That's a nice open. And it's not unreasonable. I think I want to play Overgrown Tomb here, and then second turn Mutavault?
I don't know. I don't think you're attacking on turn 2.
Sure.
And I can tell you that right
so
now.
Probably
so
just
I think
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think it's Overgrown Tomb no matter what, and then whatever you play on turn 2, you'll cross that bridge when you get there.
Sure.
But for him to play a Mutavault on 1, it sounds like a mono black deck. Or a black splash something. Or burn, I guess.
Again?
But yeah, Yeah, those are the two decks. Like, if you're any creature deck or like creature heavy deck, you probably don't lead with Mutavault, right?
Sure.
So.
All right. So what do you want here? Like, we can't ultimate price Immutavault.
No, which is one of the problems with ultimate price. But
so I feel like it's probably Temple
Malice.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, Malice. Yeah, Comic Lord, you're so smart. We know. Ooh. Oh.
It's so awkward. We have 4 lands.
I think we have to do it, or we have to keep it, because we need a clock.
Alright.
And, you know, from the other games we played against decks like this, it's pretty easy for them to fight through like a Xenagos or whatever, and your clock, aside from Nissa, is not very fast.
Sure.
And this guy's getting maximum value out of his Mutavaults.
Really
Every time he
is.
attacks you, it's like he drew a card.
I know. Wow. So we have to force Courser here.
And then hopefully he Chain of the Rocks it or something. We get to charm that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
But I don't really hate our position here.
Do you want the extra Courser? I mean, like, we know that 2s are bad, but...
You don't have a choice.
Oh, right.
You're not scrying.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say yes. I do want it.
I do want it!
I'll keep it on top.
Alright. Two Mutavaults. Chandra's Phoenix.
That's the thing.
It is a thing. So how do we feel here about, like, playing the second Courser and gaining 2 life?
Well, let's see what's on top. Yeah, I think it's just Courser. Courser, Blood Crypt. I don't think there's really any merit to playing Xenagos when it's pretty easy for them to just kill it.
Yeah. Do we want to pay 2 for... Oh, wait, no. No, it's turn 4. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then attacking is kind of greedy, but maybe you have to. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it.
Yeah. It's like kind of tough attacking when balls could very easily like chain of the rocks your guy and hit you for 6.
Nope, just another Phoenix. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So we're gonna get 2 of that back.
Yep. Coursers match up pretty well against Phoenixes.
So we've got. So I mean, like, we don't really want this Xenagos, right? We have
No.
one here. So like we could Temple. So our options, I guess, are we can, like, if we just play Nissa, then it's gonna get eaten by the Phoenixes, right? So I think, are we on like Temple here and then swing in with both Coursers and then price one of the Phoenixes?
It might just be swing with one Courser. Well, okay, so we know we're gonna play Temple, right? We've decided that we're not gonna play Nissa.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so play Temple, see if we get Skull Cracked.
Okay. We don't.
Okay.
Bottom the Xenagos.
Yep, definitely bottom that. See what we're drawing next turn.
Oh, I'm Izzy Immortars.
Okay, that's not bad. We currently have 2 forests, and none of them are red, but we're
No,
gonna
but
have
we
6
can
lands,
still overload
so.
mortars. Like, we've got the mana.
No, I wasn't thinking about overloading it, because I was thinking about whether or not we should price this turn, or just play Xenagos. I don't know. God, you just, this is like so mathy, because like he has 2 Mutavaults, and like We're racing a bunch of burn spells. We might have to like nickel and dime him out. But at the same time, we don't want to take a bunch of damage, and like attack with all our coursers.
Sure.
So it's like whether or not we need to get pretty aggressive with Xenagos this turn, or if it's better to just kind of be more conservative with price. Maybe you go Gari Charm to -1. Like that gains you 2 or 3 life depending on what he attacks with.
Yeah.
Or you could hold it up to kill a Chain of the Rocks or something. But then like next turn we play Nissa. I don't know. I'm too stupid to figure this out.
So like next turn we've got, if we don't price one of these guys, right, then we're probably overloading mortars next turn. Right?
Yes, but I don't think we want to overload mortars.
Okay.
I don't think we can afford to skip our turn to kill his 2 Phoenixes.
Okay.
Without any pressure. My gut is saying attack with 1 Courser and hold up Price Charm,
okay.
And then next turn Nissa.
Okay, it's fine.
But I'm not sure why.
Okay. You're not sure why. I can't tell you why, but I think this is right.
I like this. This also kind of entices him to like chain your guy if he has it, and like try to get this big attack in. But yeah, he just doesn't have a chain. All right, so just price 1 and that's it. I feel like that's good. This turn cycle was like deal him 2 damage, and then we gained 2 and took 2.
Sure.
So we just netted damage.
Mystic on top. So we'll play Mutavault here. Tap all of our lands except for the Temple of Malice.
Yeah, I think that's the worst one.
Or do you want to hit the Overgrown Tomb?
No, should be the Temple.
Okay.
I saw what you did there with the hold down M.
You saw that?
Yeah, it was very impressive.
It's pretty sweet.
It actually makes me want to play Magic Online just so I can use it.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And it's really good for getting around these things too. And these things,
oh yeah,
like you want to be tapping stuff in there. Yeah, so it's very good. Now, like double Mutavault, we just need to pass here, right?
Huh?
Like we just need to pass here. We're not going to be swinging into.
I was gonna attack with my land for sure.
Oh yeah.
With the Mallet.
So if he wants to trade for 2 of his, that's fine.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I don't think you want to offer up a Courser for a Mutavault though.
Right. Because they're keeping us in the game and keeping this off the
Yeah. This is tight though. I'm sure someone smarter than me could figure out how to play this situation perfectly, and this would be like a very good discussion for some sort of article or video or whatever. But I don't know. I'm too dumb.
Okay, well, he took the 4.
Laska Hunter holding M just taps it for the first option.
Yeah.
So if you just need colorless, you just hold M and tap the land.
So we're
and I learned this today from Mac.
probably dead. Like he didn't kill
He just
Nissa
won.
with the War Leader Helix.
Yeah. Well, he's got a million cards, but he also didn't do anything else except Helix you, right?
Yeah.
So maybe it's not the worst.
He's got infinite mana.
He just has to have all 4s, right?
Well, I mean, like he could have. Oh, he's got Phoenix.
Well, yeah, you got that back.
So we're at 6. It could just be 2 3s and we're done.
Yeah, but if he had a 3, he would have cast that in a turn. So he would have had to draw on one of them, but I don't think he can have 2.
All right.
Oh, Rectus Return, we needed you last turn.
Big time.
You should find a way to put a land into play and gain 2 life.
I don't have one of those.
Rats.
So So I guess we can like.
You can deal him like 10 damage this turn.
Yeah, like it's a lot. And then like if he has stone anything in his hand, we die.
Yeah.
Because like we're still there, right? Like we do have mortars to overload potentially now.
Yeah.
Which stalls him out a little. Like he's got to have 3/3, but I mean he burns us for 3 and then swings us for 1 plus mutavaults. Like.
So I think what actually ends up happening here is if you mortars, you're dead to any 4+ burn spell. Yeah, I guess you just can't beat a 4+ burn spell anyway.
Right. That's what I'm thinking. Right? Like, yeah, there's so many cards that we're dead to, but like, there's so many more cards that we're dead to if we leave these Chandra's Phoenixes on the table.
Yes. So, best plan is probably Nissa untap.
So Nissa can make 2. If I play Xenagos, we can also get basically that 4 mana back. Right?
Yeah, because like Elf is free rolling off Xenagos.
So if I tap Force and cast Mystic.
Yeah. Oh, well, Comic Lord said he might have a Searing Blood. But no, I think he would have just blocked and like killed our land with it.
For sure he would have, yeah.
Yeah, so
so here we want
playing Mystic certainly makes it more likely that we could die to a Searing Blood. But yeah, I think you float 2, untap 2, play Xenagos. Can we also... Yeah, and then we can animate...
So we're floating the 1. And we're going to untap
sure.
2.
Yeah.
And then we can cast the Xenagos with this, and this.
Yeah. Yeah, you... Okay, I was gonna say you might want to keep up Charm, but I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I guess we could have there. Plus... 1, 2...
Oh, you actually can't... You can't even keep up Charm mana, never mind.
3, 4... Doesn't usually matter, right?
Nope.
And then this... This. I mean, that'd be a really sweet turn against any deck where I'm not at 6 life.
Oh, for sure. And you really don't need that much, too. Like, if that Rakdos return was a land, and you had a 2-point buffer...
Yeah.
So now I think you attack for 4. And then... with 2 lands that both trample... and Coursers and Rakdos' return, you should kill him through anything.
And we have Mutavault too if we need it. Like it's another attacker.
So...
And a Satyr. Stoke for 4.
So he stokes this and we're dead.
Yeah, we're dead.
All, you know.
We'll wait to see if he redirects.
Could always misclick.
Yeah, now we're dead.
Okay.
Okay. Because he even had enough there to play... He had enough to play both Phoenixes too. So even if we did keep up Charm, like... We're still dead.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Okay, so mono red disciples. We're getting really good at this.
We are very well acquainted.
Yeah. We didn't want Chandra for this one, right?
Chandra was good.
She was good.
Don't like Vraska.
Read the bones.
Against Pyromancer. And it has a lot of loyalty and draws you cards if they have to start burning your stuff.
Right.
So.
We were cutting these. God,
I think it's the Dreadbores.
The Dreadbores?
Yeah. Yeah, Mortars can deal with a bunch of elemental tokens.
Yeah.
And is easier to cast.
Price kills everything. We don't want Angers. We've got Reclamation Sage in the event that they're playing whatever.
Chain of the Rocks and Eidolon.
Yep. Okay, good. We would like to play first. This is reasonable?
Yeah, reasonable. I'm not sure if you want to try and play turn 2 Courser. I think it's worth it. Yeah, I think you have to.
He's got to have shock, right? So.
Yeah, he has to have shock, and doing it the other way means that he could have like Searing Blood.
Yep.
And that's our second green source. So this Mutavault keeps showing up, and I'm not sure if it's good or bad.
That was a top. It's another Courser.
Probably play Mutavault here.
That was sweet, wasn't it? You saw that. You saw that, didn't
What?
you?
Oh, the M?
That was the M right there. All right. Tuck this up here. All right. Sounds good. Turn 2 Courser against Burn on the play. Seems good.
Well, we'll see if we hit some lands.
Oh, that guy.
Is that even good against us? Let's Reclamation Sage that guy.
Yeah. I think
play
so too.
second Courser.
And then play the forest off the top.
Yeah. Yeah, Chandra that Fire Dancer.
That's gonna be gross. We can even attack with this bad boy too.
Oh, yeah. Bring the pain.
Swings.
We have our aggro draw.
We do have our aggro draw. It's perfectly serviceable too. We even have these 2 mortars to clean up. It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we are actually light years ahead of this guy right now, I think.
Yeah.
This is Jund Planeswalkers. This is the list.
This is a hodgepodge collection of cards that I made.
It is Jerry's
I changed
list.
like four cards from Willie's list.
Well, we lost a Courser.
I'm over it. He's about to lose his Fire Dancer.
Noted. Well, unfortunately, we're playing this mountain.
Yeah, that kind of stinks, but I don't really want to get Boros Charmed and have him kill our thing again.
Truth.
So, and then we just get to go nuts with Courser and Chandra.
I like it.
Oh, look at all that emming. It's so good.
It's so delicious. It's one of the things that, like, the 2 things that really attracted me. I'm getting in deep here.
Yeah, for sure.
This is the other one that I like.
Yep. That one's great.
Yeah, 2 shortcuts. The only thing that
this-
I really want him to do is... Oh, hold on. This slider, this needs to have, like, another 25% of the way to go. It needs to be able to make him a little bit bigger.
Sure.
Just for streaming. Because, like, the cards are so small, that's
Yeah.
why you need the preview window now.
Yep, I agree with that.
Alright.
Can you full screen Magic Online past your taskbar? Is that possible? Did you just change that setting? Would that help a little bit?
Did I who on the what now?
Okay, so you have your taskbar,
Yeah.
or whatever it's called on the bottom.
Yeah.
Can you open Magic Online past that? Or like, can you set it so the bar disappears?
Which...
You know, it isn't locked on the bottom.
Oh, like this?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
but
can.
just make it so the bar's gone. So you know that helps a little bit, right?
Damn it.
Because right now you have like
Yeah.
half-inch of wasted space on my screen. So.
Huh. Work, damn it. No. Hey, I'll fix it later. All right.
Yeah. Just a thought.
That's a good one. All right. So he didn't do... Oh, look at you.
Hello.
You delicious human being. You could even play that right now, Chandra 0.
Yeah, I think that's the plan. Just from here on out, like, yeah, don't play the temple.
Play it after.
Yeah, where you're hovering over it. You scared me.
No. We're okay.
Alright.
It's really little.
Hold on. Play the land we're wasting the Caryatid.
Oh, look at you.
We're just going off.
Yeah, okay. This is going over here.
What is happening? Too many windows.
He's thinking at so many windows. We're getting skull cracked. That's what's happening.
That blows.
Does blow.
Oh well. Oh well, 3-3.
YOLO. Yep, okay. I get it.
I still think that was the plan, though.
Yeah, I agree. Like, at this point, our board presence is so dumb.
Yeah.
So...
So maybe it's not Caryatid anymore. Maybe it's just Animate Mutavault. What do you think about that?
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. Do it off the Mystic, though.
Mutavault off the Mystic.
Yeah, because I don't want to, get into combat and not attack with Mystic and then have him, like, burn the Mystic and then you can't play your 3-3. That'd be kind of annoying.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. And we'll attack, and then we'll play Disciple main, second main.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's killing Mutavault.
Yeah, that's fine. That means that he's not burning us.
That's true.
And I think we're okay because we have Courser Chandra going.
Yeah, and we have a lot of lands. Now cast you. Alright, you. And we gain nothing. So good.
We gain a 3-3.
We do.
A Hill Giant.
We do gain a Hill Giant for the low price of green 2. God, it feels like it was free almost.
Yeah.
Yes, I have nothing for you. So is he playing to Immortars for us? Probably, right?
Not all of those decks have mortars.
So we're gonna play this temple.
Yeah, for sure. And then scry away some garbage card, and then Chandra into a good card.
I like that. Let's do
That's
that.
the plan.
Let's do that. Bottom you. Like that one? A good card like
good.
that one?
That was the plan, right?
It was the plan.
Hit our other disciple.
I'm just gonna not screw around.
Ooh, Anorakos turn? Sure.
Do you have the Skullcrack, sir? Do you have it? You don't.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gonna stoke the flames the other one. That's
Deal.
fun. I like it. Gain a lot. Attack you with these guys. That Mystic beats, man. I'm telling you.
That adds up.
So good.
Your opponent loses life a turn. Every time you draw Nihilia's Disciple, you gain an extra life. Just tons of value.
So I can tell you that I'm ready to pull a BBD and just say that I'm totally sick of playing against Burnout Moto, and I've only played against it 3 rounds today.
Yeah, well, like 2.5.
Sure. But I'm still tired of it. I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
If you have a deck, like
I don't-
if there's a deck that existed that you could just like wish never existed, I feel like it would be Burn. For me, it's that deck for me.
I don't know, man. I like playing against a wide variety of things.
Sure.
I think it's fun. And if you kill Burn, that kills like a very polarizing part of that.
So, how do you feel about a 3-point Rakdos return to swing away? No, we can't swing away.
It would have to be a 4-point. Because you're not attacking with that Mystic.
Yeah. Well, we can pitch him for 1 with Chandra, though.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah, we're definitely not zeroing that.
No. Okay, so let's do that then. Yes?
Sure.
Well, like it
sure.
seems like it's better than anything else we're doing.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh, I thought we were going to attack.
Yeah, I'm going to 4 him first.
No, I thought we were going to attack with Mystic and like let him block and then Chandra it.
Oh, is that... Oh.
That's alright. I don't think it changes anything.
Well, I guess that makes sense, too. And now we have 0. So now we attack. And the point is like now... Well, I guess before, yeah, he had to put his Mutavault in front of it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. We're awkward.
Yeah, it's fine. We're pretty far ahead and just going through the motions at this point.
Yeah. Whoops. That was an unexpected F2 that just happened right there. That's what that was.
So no land drop, no Chandra.
No land drop, no Chandra. Yeah.
Also, no need.
Yeah.
Scotty wins.
Did not need to do anything more. That was enough. Okay. So I guess that works when you see 2 of our most important sideboard cards in the matchup.
Yeah. Ooze is exactly okay, and Disciple is game changer.
Yep.
It is kind of loose to just have 2 Disciples and like nothing else that gains life except for Courser. Because, if they just hold on to a Skullcrack, they're going to get like the 1 Disciple you draw.
I feel like we could easily, like, you could easily squeeze a 3rd one. If you're playing online in this Moto metagame, like, you could easily squeeze a 3rd Disciple in there and be okay with it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There are a lot of expendable cards on the sideboard right now, I think, so.
All right. Well, I'll run it back. So, how do you feel about the format and being so play draw dependent?
Is that a thing?
Apparently, it's all everyone's talking about this week.
How'd that happen? What made people start saying that?
It came up on SCG coverage, and I think it came up on Pro Tour coverage the week... No, who was talking about it? Maybe it was Brad and Todd. Anyways.
Well, Brad said something about it in his article.
Maybe
I know
that's
that.
where it came from.
I didn't know if that was what sparked this discussion that I haven't seen. But that's entirely possible. I don't know. I'm not sure if I kind of buy into that, I feel like I can break serve a decent amount of the time.
Yes, that's where it came from. And as soon as you use that terminology, that's exactly where I heard it from first. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
I
mean, it definitely matters, right? Like, there's a reason that like people who go first don't get an extra card, but I don't know. I guess I would have to look at the numbers, but it hasn't struck me as like, oh man, I can never win on the draw,
Yeah. Oh, we need to win to face Brad.
Brad's been winning?
He won his 3rd round. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good job, Brad.
Good job, Brad. Yeah, I guess all of these things are true.
Mox Ryan, what statistics is he going off of?
Oh, well, I mean, come on, man. Who are we talking about here?
I don't know. Flores.
Yeah.
But he said the statistics, and it's like, you can't just say that. You can't just make that up, Show me some numbers, maybe.
All right. Here we go.
For all the Marblaze.
All of the Marblades.
No, for the right to play for all the Marblaze.
Oh. We are still 1-1. This is round 3.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
There's no need to update the record.
Oh, okay. People were yelling at you for that.
Yeah. Honestly, Jerry, you get yelled at for the most random stuff. Our opponent has
that's why I don't
disconnected.
stream.
Our opponent has disconnected.
He's had enough. He was like, this guy has way too many disciples.
I mean,
I can't possibly.
It could be a thing. I doubt it. But it could be. Our clock is still going. You sure it wasn't us?
Who knows?
Well, we opened the store. And it changes.
Okay. That's how you can tell now?
I don't know. Seems fine.
Okay. I thought it was like, well, if you go to the store and you buy a pack of Vintage Masters and you get it,
You know what else I
then
can do?
you know that you're online.
I can do this. Hey. KYT. Jerry says you suck.
I never said that. Not to his face.
Yeah.
Don't tell him. Is the chat server different from the playing server still?
No, he's back.
Okay. And we have a hand. What's it look like?
Ugh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear God.
Oh god. It was hands like this where I'm just like, what am I doing with my life?
Yeah.
Why am I playing this? I could have 4 swamps, a Thoughtseize, and a pack rat. And I chose to do this to myself instead.
Yeah. All right. So we can't keep this hand, right? This is our best card in the matchup, but it doesn't mean shit without the rest of it. This is gonna get us there, but are we dead?
I was gonna say snap keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's super gross.
it's really disgusting, actually.
It is.
I mean, we count on this being the first play. And he scryed to the bottom. So that's
ideally, he plays a Pyromancer,
What?
not a Phoenix.
What?
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Well. I mean, that's gas?
I guess. Is it?
Is it? I mean, maybe it isn't.
I
They're about half our deck that I'd rather over this card.
All right, what are we looking for?
Not land.
Courser, not land.
I mean, I'd take a Caryatid, I'd take a removal spell.
Okay.
But I mean, is he sort of at least a buffer?
Maybe. Maybe not. It's hard to say. We're on the draw. We're dead. We might as well just concede anyway, right?
So what do you think? You keeping this or are you shipping this?
I say bottom.
Okay. Why?
We can do better.
Okay. Well, that's a good answer.
I don't think that helps us win the game in time. 23 land seems crazy.
23 land is
Unfamiliar patterns.
way... Yeah.
You want to play Nissa and turn all your lands into things. Oh, jeez. I guess if he's going to play those cards, then... So does that target? Can we play Caryatid safely or no?
We can carry it, yeah. Yeah, to target creature.
I guess I would see a little bit more play if it killed hexproof things.
Yeah.
So the question is... Yeah, I think we definitely have to take 2 damage to play Caryatid. And I assume we play Caryatid over killing his 1/1.
I agree.
So, looks like Caryatid. You can pick whatever land you want to play. I don't really care. I don't think it matters.
Okay. Laska called it. Removal off the top.
Yeah.
Chandra's Phoenix. Card's so good. Not an M15, right?
Correct.
Thank God.
Wait, am I correct? I don't even know.
Another Golgari Charm. So, I mean,
gonna
he's
look that
tapped
up.
out. Is now an opportune time to just get 3 with a Disciple. But, I mean, then it's going to... I think we have to get rid of the Fire Dancer before we cast the Disciple.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too.
So what if we Temple into seeing what's on top, and then we've got Golgari Charm? Right, because like we can use the -1/-1 mode of Golgari Charm to kill the Fire Dancer and take 1 less from the Fire Dancer or from the Phoenix.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's fine with me. So now are we gonna try and set it up where we can like Chandra and Golgari charm his Phoenix? Like,
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, it's
jeez.
awkward, but I mean, like he's down to 4 cards. What else are we gonna do? Do we want this or not?
Yeah.
And this at least removes cards, gets us to draw stuff, right? We've still got Scrylands to play with her.
Yeah.
Or is she not good
I think
enough?
it's worth it. No, I think it's worth it to keep it. I think you're gonna have time to zero it at least once, maybe twice, and then it just pays for itself.
All right. So the other option that we did have there was Shock for 2 for the Stomping Ground and like play Mortars and Charm and kill both of his guys.
Yeah. I'm not sure I would take 2 to charm his Fire Dancer. Like, if you just want a Mortar Phoenix, I could potentially buy into that.
Yeah, but to do both.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you take 2 in order to get Disciple into play next turn, but I don't think this is enough to race him. Like, I'm really in no rush to play this Disciple.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe getting it under Skullcrack, but I think that window has passed.
All
So
right.
like, he's not gonna have as few of draw steps.
So
to
we're
draw
gonna just
Skullcrack.
play Chandra here and then like plus her.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. And then we'll scry afterwards to set something up for next turn.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm completely fine waiting until we get like another thing for this Disciple.
Yeah.
Having Duresta combo with these Disciples would really be pretty good too. I was questioning whether or not Thoughtseize should be Duress.
Yeah.
Just because I wouldn't want to bring them in against Mono Black control.
We don't really want that.
I don't want that. That's not worth a life.
Nope.
You know, that's what we'd be trying to do with that. So.
All right.
Now what?
Boros Charm. What are we? No. Just to our face.
Yeah. Let's draw Courser.
That'd be nice.
We can go Courser and Mortars' Phoenix.
We're at 9. We draw a temple.
0. Zero it. Could be anything.
It's a Blood Crypt.
Crap. Alright, so are we...
I don't even think I want to play
Mortars
that. I think I'm
thing?
just gonna play this temple.
Yeah, we got plenty of lands. I'm not upset if you don't want to play that Blood Crypt.
I don't want to play that Blood Crypt. Just need to keep the Jesus. Go away.
This deck has so much air.
So much air. Unfortunately, now I feel like we're priced into killing the Chandra's Phoenix.
Yeah, I
Or-
think we just die. That might be what's happening, but
So, I mean, like, we can kill the Phoenix now. and then make him spend his turn to do it, and then the turn after that we've got Golgari Charm and Disciple.
Yeah, that's fine.
Like, I'm not happy about any of these things either.
I feel like this is the spot where he's like 4 damage burn spell and then like 3 and 3.
Yeah.
So I think we're just dead. But... So completely hypothetical.
Okay.
If we lose this round, do we play round 4? Oh, he had the skull crack. All right.
That gets him back to Phoenix. So this may have played into, like, at least we get another round with the Disciple, unless he's just got them all. Oh.
Yeah, jeez.
Like, all of them.
This burn deck looks so good. Maybe I should be playing this.
Honestly, man.
Just light them up. I have some really cool looking Japanese skull cracks too. Just saying.
So we got a 1.
Yeah,
Does he
I don't
have
think
land
Charming
and
here
burn
does
spell?
anything. You could just have a shock. Or not.
That's a
Blue all
forest.
skull cracks.
That's nice.
So I think we want to kill his Phoenix, yeah?
Yeah. So I feel like we're going to play the forest. Actually, we don't even need to. We can play the Stomping Ground tapped. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can minus Golgari Charm and plus Chandra and gain 3 life.
Yeah.
Sound like a plan?
Yeah. It's not a great plan, but it's a plan.
It is all we've got. It is all we've got. He's down to 3 cards, which is still a lot.
What could he have? Because, like, we were at 3 and he had 4 mana, right?
Yeah.
And he played a Phoenix.
Yeah.
Play land? Play land? No? Never mind.
We did that. Oh, yeah, we were going to play the Stomping Ground.
That's right.
4 mana burn spell?
Where'd that come from?
His hand!
What was his 3 cards? I'm so curious. I don't know. We're dead.
We're dead.
Do we play round 4 for funsies, or do we just play like a heads up queue or something?
I mean, I'm good if whatever. I don't really care.
Okay.
Well, I mean, either way, we're gonna. I mean, we can play a heads up queue now.
Challenge Brad. That's what you should do.
Challenge Brad.
Yeah.
All right. What am I doing here?
That'll be our round 4.
I don't think I have him as a buddy. I have to add him as a buddy. How do I do that?
It's the top left buddy. Is it? No, like, so on your buddies list where it has all these people.
Yeah.
The top left icon is add buddy.
What?
No, so go down to the bottom half of the screen.
Yeah.
No, get out of that list.
Oh. Okay.
Bottom half of the screen.
Yeah.
Scroll to the top.
Oh, the first one's add buddy.
Yeah.
All right.
There it is. FF Freak. Just challenge him. Don't say
Just
anything.
straight challenge him?
Yeah.
You think he'll take it?
Maybe.
Should I put the comment in and say that Jerry wants to battle?
No.
No?
Is this for a match? Does it automatically do a match?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
He's down!
Yes!
Sweet. I like it.
Now you can explain.
You're lucky my roommate just told me about this, he says.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. Connor, what are you doing watching this?
We won the die roll anyway.
Yeah, crush him. Oh, perfect hand. Alright. He's so dead.
Alright. Lead on the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah. More land?
Keep it. Keep it. Beautiful. Just want to curve out planeswalkers.
All right.
What? He's just not doing anything. Xenagos, and then he's dead,
Okay.
I think.
Sounds good. Attack?
Yeah. What's he gonna do? Brad has Brim as main, not in the sideboard. He's probably casting it.
Lifebane zombie? No, Hero's Downfall.
Yeah, well, that's fine.
All
How many
right.
cards does he have? 6?
6. Is it worth
How do
the
you
return
feel
to
about
3?
Chandra 0?
Okay.
I don't think playing Vraska does anything. And we could hit a land, and the next turn we can return him for 4. And I think that'd be pretty good.
Okay.
And I think trying to hit the land is better than just dealing him a point.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, ship it.
So gross. Do you want that one too?
Absolutely not.
All right.
We're good. Attack him.
Yep.
This guy does not know what he got himself into. I'm just going to say that. He is in some trouble. Oh, Brimaz. That's cute.
Yeah. Okay.
The Cat King.
Okay.
Alright. So we have some options. I think it is just Vraska his thing.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Because we can return him down to 1 card, but then, like, Brimaz plus Mutavault kind of threatens what we have going on
because
here.
he's got the Mutavault too. Yeah. Yeah, we've got different ways
So
to
I
deal
would
with
just
it.
want to Vraska. I guess, no, well, first we could 0 Chandra, if you want to do that. Or
Well, what do we
or
want to
could
play
take it
that's
up.
what do we want to play that's potentially better than this?
Another Vraska. Or a land. But it's like how much value you think like potentially hitting those is worth versus dealing him a point of damage and getting a loyalty.
Yeah, I feel like that's
I
probably
don't-
like Vraska's probably good. All right, he's wanting us to hurry up now.
Oh, come on, Brad. It's only because he's losing.
Yeah, that's fine.
All
I
right,
can
so
just
we're
plus
dinging
this?
him. And, yeah, plus that, play Stomping Ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, Peeps Champ, we have double serve, right? We're on the play with Caryatid, so we're 2 turns ahead.
Blood Baron? This is Blood Baron. Obsidat. That's a big card.
Brad does not play Blood Baron.
Oh, okay. So now we return his hand? It's 4, it's the full hand?
You could Chandra first, 0, and then maybe play Mystic.
It's a fucking Caryatid, which I
Yeah.
don't care about.
Whatever.
So we'll plus
yeah,
this.
return his hand.
And then...
And then keep your Satyr back.
Yeah. Downfall? Oh, connections. Good thing I had this Golgari charm. And we got a block with the Satyr. Alright.
Obsidat's a pain to deal with.
It's pretty frustrating.
So we start with a 0.
That's a Nissa.
Okay. Almost certainly using that to untap 3 lands, it looks like.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think we want to play that, play Charm, play Mystic.
Okay, that's fine. Alright. Play Charm. Play Mystic.
And take out Vraska we have left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Obzidot's a good card, man.
Super good.
Uh-oh. Don't tap mana.
Thoughtseize.
Yeah, it's... Oh no.
Demon. Whip.
Oh jeez.
So awkward.
That is super awkward.
So we're gonna block Mystic. Whoops, that was a mistake.
What happened?
I just clicked through. I'm an idiot. Okay.
Oh, he attacked you?
Yeah, he attacked me.
Okay. Oh, we can just Vraska the whip. That's no big deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, do that.
I can play this.
Well, 0 the Chandra first.
Chandra. It's a Dreadbore.
Okay,
Does not
whatever.
matter. I'll make land. This
Yep,
one.
Temple.
Now, in that case, do we want to like leave Mystic and Temple back and like block his Obsidian?
Yeah, I think so. And then you could hold that Stomping Ground if you wanted for Courser, but with Chandra, I don't think it matters that much. I think you'd rather just have it in play.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you just hold these back and pass.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Another Stomping Grounds. Awesome.
0.
0. Vraska?
Sure.
I mean, like,
Slight upgrade.
yeah, I guess. But, yeah, alright.
And you have to start attacking him because otherwise he might drain you out.
Yep, agree. So that one there. Cast the Vraska. Choose one to keep is this one. +1. Make a land. This one. Now here I just gotta get in. Play the Stomping Ground. Get in with both temples.
Oh, that's so risky. So if that was our play, then we shouldn't have played Vraska. We should have just kept Caryatid open.
Sure.
But
So we aim to get with one.
If you attack with 1, oh god, that's so bad. Yeah, we shouldn't have just cast that Vraska. Yeah, it's just 1. Yeah, you can't attack with 2 because then he just attacks with Mutavault also.
Sure.
And then you're dead a turn earlier. But if we don't play that Vraska, we can attack with both lands, put him to 11, he goes to 13, and then next turn we have kind of lethal with Nissa and Chandra if he doesn't draw anything, so. Boo.
He's doing it.
Yeah, double up.
Declare attackers, pass. Declare blockers. This.
Does that mean he has another one?
Probably. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. Which means we're like DEAD.
Man.
Just Obsidat. Goes to the distance.
Yeah, that was it. Just one card.
So powerful.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, we could have played that better for sure.
Yeah, okay.
I'm over it.
Alright, what do you want?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it?
Well, is Brad's round starting soon? I mean, I think that's why you want you to hurry. But, close.
He'll bail when it's ready. It's fine. We're in the same daily. So what do you want?
Alright. Sage, Chandra.
Sage, Chandra.
And I think that's it.
Okay, so what do you not want? Ultimate prize? No, he's going to play Demon, right?
Yeah. The charms are not great, I would say. I think Sage is slightly better because it's a body.
Okay. All right. So here we're on the play, and we get to break serve with Caryatid into Pyromaster. Is that good enough?
Yeah, I think so. Right. You have like 2 scry lands, good mana. Any hand you mulligan into is like just gonna be just as weak against Thoughtseize as this is.
I think so too. So I'm gonna start on. Not that I think it really matters. Malice is fine.
Bottom.
Yeah, alright. Air, so air. Yeah, totally. Yeah, we could have, if we had like chump blocked early, we would have been able to, like if I hadn't missed that chump block, we would have been able to, yep, gas. So much gas.
Play a stomping ground.
Okay.
Because you want to be able to cast something if you draw it and not have it get discarded.
Sure.
Yeah, the chump was good, or like, chump would have been good. Also, we could have not played the Vraska, and I think we could have won, depending on what he had. And then we could have also not double blocked, since it looked like he had another opposite up, but I think you were just drawing dead at that point anyway.
Yeah.
I would mortars the hell out of that card.
Yup.
What happened with the Scry? Was it like a land or something?
It was another temple, yeah.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah, it was an easy ship.
You don't need me for that.
No, that was an easy ship. I'm going to play the Overgrown Tomb here.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Guy's really big. This is awkward. Alright, so what are you thinking? Is it worth playing Chandra here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I honestly don't mind sacking Caryatid to get another 0 if we don't hit a Dreadbore or whatever.
So we'll 0 here to see what we get, and we've got options, right?
Yeah, removal spell or a land is all fine.
A land is fine.
So, yeah, whatever. It's fine.
Okay. No. Devour flesh.
Oh, he fancy.
Oh, so many cards. I imagine Chandra's going down in a blaze of glory. Yup. Duress. Nope.
Ah, that's why the Sage is better than Charm.
Vraska for Demon?
Yeah.
I don't like it. But I mean, like, Demon's gonna kill us faster than Pack Rat is at this point.
Yeah, we can always like draw one of our 2 mortars to kill pack rats.
Sure.
Yeah, he's still kind of like tight on resources too. He can only make 1 rat a turn.
Yeah, she's going down. More land! Good God, Jerry. So much land.
Didn't even draw the Mutavault, man.
Didn't even.
I don't know.
So, I mean, there's really no sense in even playing the Sage at this point, right? Like, it's not going to trade with a rat. I mean, might trade with a Mutavault, though.
Yeah, it trades with Mutavault. That's enough reason to play it, I think.
We've seen a lot of lands here, by the way.
Yeah, fully aware.
Worth getting... He's just going to make a rat. It's not worth getting in front, right?
No. Well, you can just activate Mutavault too.
Yeah. Oh, pack rat.
GG.
GG. All right, good. Awesome.
Yeah, that was fun.
Was
Rat's
good.
good sport.
All right. Sweet. Well, a round begins in 50 seconds, Jerry, and then we can call it a night.
All right.
Does that sound? Hopefully we don't play against Burn again.
I don't know. I think I'm out for this one, actually.
You're done,
That's
eh?
all right. Yeah.
Sleepy Jerry.
Listen, man, we did 4 rounds.
We did 4 rounds.
Yep.
It's all good. All right, well, thank you very much for showing and hanging.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to do this every once in a while.
I like it. Well,
So,
let's
yeah, just
get.
let me know.
Let's figure out. Oh, I don't want to drop. No, I just want to close the chat window. Yeah.
Oh, this is the mirror match, I believe. So have fun.
Oh, nice, super. All right. What do you want to do for this? What do I sideboard here for the mirror?
I don't know. You're an adult. You can figure it out.
Wow, really running.
Uh.
Oh no, he just scooped. So we're
Come
done
on.
too. Yeah, we're done.
That was Invitational Champion Eric Smith, by the way.
Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Aw. All right. Well, we're done. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen, for the evening. So sorry to lose in such such spectacular fashion. What did we learn about the deck, real quick? We learned that there are
slow and clunky and
so many bad draws. So many bad draws.
Yeah. And granted, I think that stuff is fixable, you know, to a degree at least. But yeah, man, I don't think at any point we're just like, oh, this is smooth as butter. You know, like there were a couple games for sure, but the vast majority of them were just like, oh god.
Yeah, I understand very clearly now why some people are saying that like Jund Monsters is just the better Jund deck, and I can completely understand. Like having played a lot of Jund Monsters, it definitely felt a lot smoother than this. Like Nissa's a really powerful card, I think, in the right strategy, but I mean, like there's so many times where you just want to Stormbolt Dragon off the top, you know?
Yeah, I mean the curve on this deck is not that much worse, honestly.
True.
But you know, just depends on what you expect to play against. If you expect a lot of black decks and blue-white control decks, then I think the Planeswalkers are better than the creatures.
Yep.
But you know, if you're playing against like green-white, maybe the creatures are better.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Well, Jerry, awesome. If anyone wants to find you, of course, your articles go. Your select articles are up every day, and so you guys can check that out on StarCityGames.com.
Yeah, I mean, calling them articles is kind of a misnomer.
Daily Deck Digest.
Yeah, a lot of people have had issue with that because it's just like a short little blurb in a sweet deck. So don't expect too much from the select side. It is very much just like an idea generating type of thing.
Okay.
But
But your actual articles, which are where the real bread and butter are, go up on Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken. Still, right?
Yep, that's true.
Nice. So Thursday at 11 o'clock, which is the new time for post. You guys can make sure you check Jerry out. You can, of course, follow him. His Twitter is going underneath this picture there if you guys don't follow him already. And he will be, of course, streaming soon. Stay tuned for that. We'll have all of the goods on that, obviously, on the A-Team as well. So, Jerry,
right.
you and I will talk. We'll make some arrangements for September. And in the meantime, everybody, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, thanks for watching.